and 100 shades of beautiful. We believe in good we can all afford.
So Reggie Miller moved into the Wendy's I work at. It's awesome.
Reggie's nice.
I would leave, but I can tell how much they love having me here. Did you know I scored 8 points in only 9 seconds?
Yes, Reggie, you tell me all the time.
I'm starting to think we made the breakfast too good.
Breakfast in bed. I love it here. I may never leave.
Hustle in and make this Wendy's breakfast offer your new pregame ritual.
Boom, baby.
With McDelivery, getting your favorites like crispy chicken McNuggets is easy. Choosing your sauce, not as easy.
Enjoy 20-piece chicken McDollars, and don't forget to pair it with a frozen drink.
This drink is more than a drink. It's a drink from McDonald's. Get any small McCafe like a caramel frappe or a large iced coffee for just $2 each.
We believe in coffee that opens more eyes to Black business. Make-believe made for everyone. A wave of confidence. A lighter load on the planet. Flavors that set a new course. And 100 shades of beautiful. We believe in good we can all afford.
So Reggie Miller moved into the Wendy's I work at. It's awesome.
Reggie's nice.
I would leave, but I can tell how much they love having me here. Did you know I scored 8 points in only 9 seconds?
Yes, Reggie, you tell me all the time.
I'm starting to think we made the breakfast too good.
Breakfast in bed. I love it here. I may never leave.
Hustle in and make this Wendy's breakfast offer your new pregame ritual.
Boom, baby.
With McDelivery, getting your favorites like crispy chicken McNuggets is easy. Choosing your sauce, not as easy.
This is the Spring League. All of this. Pro football leagues have come and gone. Meanwhile, the Spring League has been going strong since 2017. Other leagues are buying talent. TSL's developing it. This is the Spring League. 6 teams, 4 weeks, 1 champion. Week 3 of the Spring League gets underway at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Veterans looking to put some polish on their games. Young players with some eyes in the NFL. Tonight it's the Aviators and the Conquerors at the Alamo Dome. Hi, everybody. Alex Faust and Jordan Palmer here with you. 3 weeks ago, when all these players came around from different parts of the country, different backgrounds, didn't really know one another. Didn't really know what to expect. But one guy who stood out from the beginning, looked NFL ready, was McLeod Bethel Thompson.
Yeah, we've seen the best quarterback play from this Aviator team, and it's been McLeod Bethel Thompson. So far through 2 games, he's thrown for almost 500 yards. He's completed 75% of his passes, and he's thrown 4 touchdowns. He hadn't turned it over yet. So he's looking to build on that again tonight. And if he continues to build on this, 1, they're going to be in contention for the championship, and 2, he may be the first guy to get a phone call get called up on Sundays. Now,
speaking of Sundays, the goal of the Spring League was always to be a feeder system to the NFL, and maybe Cole McDonald will be the first instance where you have a drafted player on loan, so to speak, to the Spring League to get him some reps because there was no preseason.
Yeah, he's the new addition tonight, and we've seen some consistent play out of Kevin Anderson this last week. He went 12 for 15 last week, 150 yards and a touchdown. They struggled to find their way that first week, but you said it, Cole McDonald is the new addition. He's actually a rookie, so he just finished playing at Hawaii this past season. Threw for 1,000,000 yards, was 3rd in the nation in passing, was drafted by the Tennessee Titans with, no offseason, no preseason, was let go. And so this is an amazing opportunity and a perfect example of what the Spring League can be. Getting a player like this, giving an opportunity to play and show what he can do.
22 years of age from La Mirada, California. His first pro experience in game action takes place at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. We'll kick things off next.
Caption Call was our game changer. We've always been active in our community. We raised our family here. But as my husband's hearing loss increased, he became more withdrawn of call, and now he understands phone conversations so much better. It's reconnected him with our everyday life. There's no cost for Caption Call service and phone for qualified people. See what it's like to catch it all with Caption Call. Learn more at CaptionCall.com.
The holiday season is
This drink is more than a drink. It's a drink from McDonald's. Get any small McCafe like a caramel frappe or a large iced coffee for just $2 each.
It grows with attention and constant connection. At FWM, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
Caption Call was our game changer. We've always been active in our community. We raised our family here. But as my husband's hearing loss increased, he became more withdrawn. A friend suggested he try Caption Call, and now he understands phone conversations so much better. It's reconnected him with our everyday life. There's no cost for Caption Call service and phone for qualified people. See what it's like to catch it all with Caption Call. Learn more at CaptionCall.com.
Got a text today from who?
What's up?
How long ago? 2,000, 2,500 years ago. You want me to read it to you?
Yes, sir.
Number 10. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
What you fear, you will find. If you fear nothing, you'll be victorious. Is that us?
Yes, sir.
Did he send that to us?
Yes, sir.
That's today, the 10th proverb, telling you how to go play. Don't fear anything. Make them fear you.
Jerry Glanville, who is never at a loss for words. First stint with the Spring League, coached with the Tampa Bay Vipers in the XFL. A league that very much had a tie-in with the group here in the Spring League. Helped develop some rules, some players, and showcases. And there's Terry Shea, head coach for the Aviators, who are 2-0 and virtually lock up a spot in the championship game with a win today over the 0-2 Conquerors. Aviators coming off a dramatic overtime win thanks to that man, Matthew Sexton, 41 in black. A walk-off TD punt return in overtime last week. We'll pick this up from the 10-yard line, and there he goes again. And Sexton has a lane. Look out! Matthew Sexton, 90 yards to start things off.
You have got to be kidding me. The last time we saw Matthew Sexton, he was doing that right there, celebrating with his teammates after a long return. Again, just a week ago, they go to overtime, and he takes a punt back, 70-plus yards to the house, and then to start it off tonight, does a great job staying behind as soon as he sees an opportunity to get outside. It's just him and the kicker. He's still running, kicker's on the ground, 7 points. Aviators, what a start for Matthew Sexton.
You want to talk about some highlight film?
You just put back-to-back clips on a tape and send that to somebody. 2 returns, 2 touchdowns.
Extra point from Toshiki Sato is good. And we're off and running. 14 seconds in, 7-0. Let's take you back to last week. This was to end the game in overtime after a field goal put them behind. Goodbye.
Yeah, he just, I mean, this is the 2 times he's touched the ball. It's just, he takes it and goes the other way. And you know, he's just a guy, he stays behind his blocks. And then again, as soon as he sees it, he gets back outside. And it's just the kicker to beat. It's just that simple, Alex. You know, just get behind your blocks, then get outside and then stay inside the sideline.
Sure.
But he's making things look easier, making everyone else look like they're in slow motion. So, heck of a finish last week, heck of a start tonight.
23 years of age, out of Eastern Michigan University. Boy, that was a fun celebration. For a lot of these guys who are still dreaming of that shot, that is What a moment that would be to end the game, and then you get to replicate it the very next week. That is cool.
Yeah, and the irony is, for a receiver, which, he's a slot receiver, for a receiver to make it in the NFL, special teams is your ticket. That's where usually preseason guys, there's usually competition at a bunch of spots. Who's going to be the fourth wide receiver? Who's going to be the third or fourth running back? And it's because of the special team play. Sometimes it's in the return game as a returner, and sometimes it's in, punt return, and more in a blocking capacity or a pursuit capacity. So for him to be able to put that on tape, and add some plays at wideout on it, now you're starting to put together a case.
This is taken from the 6-yard line and run out Jenny Harris as he approaches the 40 and gets out. So, quite the start. And we'll see who comes out at quarterback for the Conquerors. We were talking in our open about Cole McDonald and his addition to this roster. Kevin Anderson, though, has been the QB of choice for Jerry Glanville's bunch. Coming off a great week.
Yeah, he was. Last week he was on fire. He was 12 for 15, and it wasn't just dink and dunk. He hit Papale in the back corner of the end zone, had a really nice fade, only place the ball can be. So he can push the ball down the field, he can extend the play, and he also shows just from a stat standpoint he can be efficient.
First throw here, and he locates Michael Bandy, who's been one of the favorite targets for the Conquerors quarterbacks last couple weeks. Undrafted out of San Diego.
Yeah, and I love starting off the game this way, just spreading them out. Bandy's over here on your left, and he's going to get a chance to get vertical down the middle of the field in a single safety look, and that's great ball placement. Really good feel coming right around that linebacker, and Kevin Anderson hitting him in stride. Ball is up on his eyes, easy to find, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Anderson will be wearing a microphone for us tonight. Anderson. Go! To Nick Holly.
Let's fucking roll.
Who has a first down. Holly out of Kent State.
And this is similar to the play before, just hooking it up instead of continuing down the field. But, Kevin Anderson, he showed that when the pocket broke down a little bit the last week, he was able to buy some time and find a soft spot in the pocket. But so far, without a pass rush, if you're going to allow him to take 3 steps, take a hitch, and push the ball down the field, there are receivers that are open, and he knows how to read zone coverage really, really well, and is able to find the open receiver there and put it on him, and they're off to a hot start.
Yeah. Already crossing midfield as Anderson lobs this to the sideline and just in front of Vinny Papale.
Well, we mentioned
touchdown last week.
Yeah, they had zone coverage, and he's picking them apart, so they line up in man coverage right here, and yeah, he's going to take a shot down the field, try and throw a fade. Not bad ball placement right here. It's just sometimes those receivers at the end, you see that hand checking. The receiver's pumping his arms, running full speed. The DB's getting a hand on him. It's not pass interference when you just hit their arm like that. It's just kind of in the act of running, but it does take a little hitch off them getting to full speed. So a ball like that, when it left his hand, might have felt perfect, and it ends up just overthrown.
This is Jordan Salima, who has a first down after the stiff arm on JoJo McIntosh.
We were waiting for the first run, and they've had success so far with the zone read and being able to read that defensive end. And Kevin Anderson is not the kind of guy that's going to beat you with his legs. So they're going to keep a defender down there, but they're not going to add anybody extra, which allows these other running backs to either press it up in there or bounce it all the way backside, which we saw Salima do. And we've seen running backs have success in this league if they can break, contain, and get outside. That's something to watch tonight.
Salima again. Read option there with Anderson, and Salima gets a handful. Played Division II football at Wheaton, Division II at Truman State in Missouri.
Two.
FCS All-American. Division II.
Here we go. Hey, trips right. Here we go. Trips right up. 881 Bob Marley on 2-1-2. Ready?
Love being able to hear the play calls.
Here we go.
881 Bob Marley.
The language is it's awesome. As Anderson. Oh, this is a wide open target. Nick Holly Somebody got turned around. McIntosh was in the area. And Nick Holly played with the Houston Roughnecks in the XFL this spring.
Hey, you saved me.
Signed with the Rams out of college and has a touchdown here.
Just like that. Just like that. Just like that.
Yeah, and they're really just going to end up faking a screen right here, and all the attention gets drawn. Receiver jumps, gets just when a receiver jumps like that when you're faking a screen, all it does is just get the defensive back's eyes over there just for a split second, which is just enough time for that slot defender to come off the ball as if he's blocking and then get as fast as he can to full speed, get outside, and no answers so far for this Aviator defense.
Extra point is no good. Matt Mangle unable to connect. So it is 7-6. But another good start for Kevin Anderson, the former Fordham Ram.
With Powerball available online through New Hampshire iLottery, you can win big from anywhere, even the comfort of your bubble bath. And when we say win big, we mean big enough to order guacamole every time you go out to eat, even at places that don't have guacamole on the menu. And maybe ordering off-menu guac 4 times a week isn't the best use of a Powerball jackpot, but you've got to admit, it sounds pretty classy. Powerball from New Hampshire iLottery, one of the many ways to play your way.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Now during the Chevy Cyber Sales event, use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Visit ChevyCyberSalesEvent.com today.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
Did you know Duracell Optimum can make devices work even better than copper top? This toothbrush brushes quicker. This screwdriver turns speedier. This fan spins faster. Upgrade your devices with Duracell Optimum.
Tessa's getting her holiday shopping done early at Amazon. So come December, she'll get to be Holiday Tessa. Nobody's taking this photo off their fridge. All right, Tessa.
Hey! Yeah? I switched to Geico and got more. Geico's got you covered. Like a blanket?
Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Let's take a look at 881 Bob Marley. He's going to show that he's going to be blocking right here, and as soon as that DB comes up on him, he's down the sideline. Keep an eye here, though. As soon as Kevin Anderson sees that seam is covered inside, there's nobody left outside. Great ball placement. That's exactly where that ball needs to be thrown.
The play, offensive line that's headlined by Brandon Smith, the former Jacksonville Jaguar. We'll see how they spread it out today. They gave a lot of the work to Devion Smith week 1. Ethel Thompson stepping up in the pocket, and quick completion to Nick Truesdale, former Cincinnati Bearcats. Let's take a look at the defense for the Conquerors. Jenny Harris will take a lot of the kickoffs here. And Willie Yarberry, who featured in week 1 with that incredible performance. He had an interception, he had a fumble forced, he had a fumble recovery, he had a sack.
I think the only thing he didn't do was throw a touchdown. I mean, he was as dominant as you can be at the defensive line position. A little quiet last week, so we'll see what week 3 has in store for him.
What's coming? And Bethel Thompson goes down. Chris Richardson, former UCLA Bruin and UTEP Miner.
Yes, sir. Get your picks up. McLeod Bethel Thompson so far has done a great job of finding lanes, been able to extend the play. But when you do that, when you make your game, when as soon as it's there and you get on the move, you either got to run or you got to extend the play. And then there's these angles right here where there's just not a chance to do either of them. Plays over. But, you know, a veteran quarterback, there's a thing that these guys all know. Don't make a bad play worse. When something is, when there's nothing there, just take your sack or throw it away.
All right, so we've seen some special teams play to begin this game, haven't we? Jenny Harris on the recovery and the block, it seems. You know what? That's Nick Hawley.
That's Hawley.
Wow, he got the touchdown earlier. Big play here.
You know, special teams, from a fan's perspective, is the part that's, unless somebody returns a kick or blocks a punt, is the least exciting. It's also the least respected because so much goes in to playing quality special teams. When you talk about punt protection, when you talk about kickoff coverage, our eye always goes to the guy that makes the play, right? The guy that blocked the punt, the guy that took the kickback. But there's so much communication that has to happen, and it's just, you know, the way that this is put together is difficult for these guys to always do their job.
Salima got by everybody. Good job, Jay. Hands were nearby, and Salima found his way to avoid all of them. First and goal.
The running backs that have had success in this league are ones who are one cut back. So they have a little sprint draw here to the left. And what I love about Salima is it makes the first guy miss. That could have been a loss, but he puts his foot in the ground and gets vertical right now. It's when you have running backs that dance and wait for a hole. Sometimes you hit it, but it's really, really easy to get gobbled up in the backfield. So Salima doing a great job. Put his foot in the ground, get vertical, first set of downs.
Got the call again. And he's tripped up 2 yards shy of the goal line by Ty Schwab, the former Boston College Eagle.
Yeah, when you get down in tight here, we've seen some teams struggle when you get to the 3, 4, 5 yard line, just because they're kind of far out to run the ball. And in terms of passing, you can throw fades, but it's hard to really work. It takes a lot of time to put together that tight red zone package. So we've seen a lot of teams run the ball down here or throw fades.
Well, this is where I'm curious, because they've had now 3 weeks together. Salima on a draw play will be stopped here, tackled for loss by David Gilbert.
And this is just penetration over here on the right side. Salima trying to get vertical, but tight end just getting pushed off the ball. When you're down there in tight, any penetration will kill that run play.
EJ Ajaya will get credit for that as well. North Texas.
Pistol, yeah, 37.
Third and goal, but starting to say, you know, these guys have had 3+ weeks together now. Some chemistry, plays are sharper, maybe opportunity to work on these types of situations. Anderson intercepted. And this is Deshaun Amos, who cuts it back. Amos gets a block from behind. Deshaun Amos, 101 yards the former East Carolina Pirates gets on the board with his third interception in the spring league this year.
Well, he's proven that if he gets his hands on the ball, he's going to catch it. You said 3 picks, but just a naked, trying to get it out here to Papale in the flat, actually underneath to the flat, and Amos just sees it, undercuts it, and a ball that's just slightly thrown out in front. I think the last thing you'd think would happen when that thing leaves your finger is that it's going to be a 101-yard return if you're Kevin Anderson. So reversal of fortunes for sure for this Conqueror offense. They did a great job getting down there, no blemishes, but again, that's ball placement. That ball is just a little bit out in front. You open yourself up to those things. If it's on him, it's either a catch or a drop. So down there, tight in the red zone, accuracy is at a premium. It's not just about throwing fades or running the ball, and the accuracy, where it's thrown, how high it's thrown, and the tempo that it's thrown with becomes huge. And what a play by Amos.
Get that man some oxygen. 101 yards, 13-6.
Caption Call was our game changer. We've always been active in our community. We raised our family here. But as my husband's hearing loss increased, he became more withdrawn. A friend suggested he try Caption Call, and now he understands phone conversations so much better. It's reconnected him with our everyday life. There's no cost for Caption Call service and phone for qualified people. See what it's like to catch it all with Caption Call. Learn more at CaptionCall.com.
Oh yeah, Tri-State Megabucks time. The game with the best overall odds, lots of local winners, and big prizes. Mega prizes, in fact. After all, not called Tiny Bucks or Micro Bucks or Shrimpy Bucks. What prize would a game called Shrimpy Bucks even have? Gift cards to an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet? That sounds not bad, actually. But no, it's still not as good as a Megabucks jackpot. Tri-State Megabucks from New Hampshire Lottery. One of the many ways to play your way.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just...
Sales event, use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Visit ChevyCyberSalesEvent.com today.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe
Did you know Duracell Optimum can make devices work even better than copper top? This toothbrush brushes quicker. This screwdriver turns speedier. This fan spins faster. Upgrade your devices with Duracell Optimum.
Well, the Aviators have 13 points and none have come from their offense, Jordan.
Well, coming in tonight, Aviators were the #1 offense in terms of scoring touchdowns, and they haven't had to do anything. Start the game off, 90-plus yard return, and then looking like they're just about to get scored on, and then Amos picks it off, gets up, cuts back, outruns everybody. 13 points on the board, none from Bob Bethel Thompson so far. I'll tell you what, as a quarterback, that's the best thing you can have, is somebody else on the team scoring points.
Remember, it was a come from behind victory last week for this club, Bob Bethel Thompson. All right, so what next? Pick six, block punts. Are we going to have a punt return here? Not this time. As Harris is brought down at his own 40-yard line.
And one of the things I always look for when evaluating a quarterback, and I've said this in the past, is pace plays, play after critical error. So I'm looking to see what Kevin Anderson does after that interception. I know he's frustrated. What can he put together with a short field here? And take a look at this really solid return. I mentioned, though, it's really hard, you know, the punt return, punt coverage, kickoff coverage, those things, they don't just come naturally. You have to stay in your gaps. You have to stay in your lanes. And It's easy for one guy to get out of lane, and if you got as much speed as the Spring League has, you get guys in the open field.
This is Dan Williams, complete along the perimeter. Nicknamed Threat, former Tampa Bay Viper in the XFL.
There we go.
Yeah, we've seen him make some plays down the field so far in the Spring League, and so when you see a receiver who's a big play threat, catching routes like that look like a 6 or 8 yard stop route, you start to bring those DBs up. You start to creep up. They get tired of coming up and making those tackles and get guys like Dan Williams III in a press one-on-one matchup. We've seen that he can be a big play threat.
This is a great opportunity for everybody, but for position players too, who like Williams were on practice squads. I mean, he bounced around Jets, Browns, Washington, last with Seattle. I mean, game action cannot be substituted.
Huh? 6?
First carry for Sola Olateju here.
There we go.
Nick Zimmerman, 98 in black, came in on the tackle.
Ready? Here we go, here we go.
Got a short field for Kevin Anderson. Incomplete pass here. Looking for Papale.
Okay, come on.
Fourth down.
Fucking A.
Brings up fourth down. Punting on number 4 of the Conquerors.
Not too quick there?
Yeah, and this is just another look at man coverage, and Papale getting 10 yards down the field, running a stop route. And it's hard to get the timing down on these, because if they're not as far off as they are right there, you got to pull them back out of their stem, which is what Kevin Anderson was doing. Papale was thinking, hey, it was going to be more on me, and that's probably what they're talking about there.
What communication would you see would you like to see a quarterback have in a situation like that on the sideline? Quickly.
Well, I think just, letting them know what I expect, and hey, I'm going to put it right on you early, or I need you to come back down to your stem, and I'll throw you open. Tempo can control that a lot, though, too, because if you need to pull somebody back down the stem, we call it, not throwing the ball to him time to find it, and he's going to get a couple more cracks at it. We'll be back to see this Aviator offense.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FWM, we work hard every day to show our commitment, because we believe relationships matter.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Now during the Chevy Cyber Sales event, use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Visit ChevyCyberSalesEvent.com today.
Inside you is the potential to be whatever you want to be. So start strong. Stay sharp. Make mistakes. And make your mark. With over $2 billion to education across the state, the New Hampshire Lottery is committed to helping our kids write a brighter future.
Did you know Duracell Optimum can make devices work even better than copper top? This toothbrush brushes quicker. This screwdriver turns speedier. This fan spins faster. Upgrade your devices with Duracell Optimum.
Tessa's getting her holiday shopping done early at Amazon. So come December, she'll get to be Holiday Tessa. Nobody's taking this photo off their fridge. All right, Tessa.
Wild thing.
You owe us $48.50. Wild thing.
If you ride, you get it. Geico Motorcycle.
22 combined points in this game, 16 from defense and special teams. McLeod, Bethel, Thompson back to work momentarily. First series Wasn't all that great. Faced a little bit of pressure. Let's see how he backs it up here. Matthew Sexton will receive the kick from Matt Mangle, who just hit a 50-yard field goal. Hit from 50 and 53 in the spring league. From the 10. And somebody just got laid out in the middle of the field.
Sexton takes the kickoff back to the 26-yard line.
Well, as a returner, you want to stay behind your blocks, and Matthew Sexton had one on here. Look, I mean, that's getting caught right on the chin, and it looks like he just tried to get past that first block. It was Tyler Graham, and then he was up on his toes. And
Here we go.
Matthew Sexton getting behind that block. I don't know how you can miss it.
John Wilson walks off injured. Bethel Thompson completes on the boundary. Kent Shelby, the target. Take it back to last week for McLeod. Bethel Thompson wound up with 2 touchdowns and 332 yards.
Yeah, he was on fire, and he doesn't even come close to turning it over yet. I mean, he's just been efficient with the ball, and even on that last play that we just saw, that first down pass, he's just on time and accurate. This is a guy, like we said, he's been in CFL, he's been in the NFL, second stint in the spring league. He knows how to be successful in these situations.
Side handoff here to Devon Whaley, and he gets ripped out by Juwan Johnson.
Well, and when you throw the ball down the field as well as this Aviator offense has, it sets up the draw. And you see the whole left side of the line get caved in right there. And Wally able to get in space and get outside. And that's been the recipe for running backs to have big days, is get inside the tackles, and then as soon as you can, bounce it outside. There's a lot of man coverage being played. And when you play man coverage, it's their back turn or they're not looking at the running back. And so you cross that line of scrimmage, there's big plays to be had.
Bethel Thompson feels the pressure, rolls out, and has a man on the sideline. It's Shelby again, the former McNeese State Cowboy.
Yeah, and they've such successful run play in the play before, and so they're going to set that up. And as soon as he puts that ball in, his eyes are around, and he knows right now what he's got. He's got a nice, we call it a sail route outside, where you're starting to get vertical down the field around 18 to 20 yards. You break it flat, and he's completed a few of those in his journeyman career. And I don't say that in a negative connotation. I'm a journeyman myself, but a guy who's learned from every single place. And you talk to enough people who have played with or coached McLeod Bethel Thompson, and he's one of everybody's favorite quarterbacks they've been around.
Screen pass here, and the ball is fumbled by Whaley, picked up by the Conquerors and Kenneth Mann. Came off a season-ending injury last year at Oklahoma. The former captain for the Sooners has a fumble recovery and a change of possession. Defensive play gets the ball back for the Conquerors.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment, because we believe relationships matter.
Hey! Yeah? I switched to Geico and got more. Geico's got you covered. Like a blanket.
Houston, you seeing this? Geico. Expect great savings and a lot more.
We made USAA insurance for veterans like Martin. When a hailstorm hit, he needed his insurance to get it done right away. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
I always loved you, Sven Shannon. I never said it about it.
Whoa! Did Sven Rod just die?
Yeah.
Can you do it again?
Sure.
Man, missed it again. Alexa, rewind 10 seconds.
I never said it.
5G just got real. iPhone 12 Pro Max and iPhone 12 Mini are here on Verizon 5G.
The iPhone is mini, but the 5G is huge.
With the coverage of 5G nationwide and in more cities, the performance of 5G Ultra Wideband, the fastest 5G in the world.
Whoa, mobile gaming just got infinitely better.
Pre-order iPhone 12 Pro Max today and get another on us.
This is the phone to get.
This is the 5G phone everyone wants on the 5G America's been waiting for. Only on Verizon.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard. Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Yeah, McLeod Bethel-Thompson setting up this play-action screen, but if you want to make a screen work, you got to get the first block. And Sepa Setiano Pupunatoa not able to get that linebacker blocked. And if he does, just look at all that space out there. And if you're Whaley, when you catch this ball, you know if there's a defender right there, you have to first secure the ball before you make a play. And so as much as we want to draw attention to the running back fumbling or the defensive player stripping it, it's that first block by those offensive linemen. You can get a hat on that first person. Now they're in space and they have those little tiny subtle issues that can cause much bigger issues.
This puts Kevin Anderson back on the field, and he connects right away with Williams. Dan Williams is at a penchant for big plays. Pulls in another one here.
Well, we saw him catch a hitch earlier and then said if they get down in man coverage, he's going to have an opportunity to make a play down the field. Great release, leaves room on the sideline, creates separation at the end.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Tries to make it a highlight catch.
Mentioned he's been on 4 different NFL practice squads.
And when you play on those NFL practice squads, you know, you're spending time going against one-on-ones, routes on, you know,
here we go.
all the different 7-on-7. You're getting reps against really quality competition. So this is a guy who's going to be very confident when he gets press man coverage.
Salima bottled up. First hand in there by Aaron Ortiz, 46.
Tell you what, I'm impressed with Kevin Anderson. The tempo and the touch that he puts on the ball down the field. We've seen him last week, had an absolute dime to Papale.
Hey, trips left.
A little tighter in there. This one, just that last ball, that's great trajectory. Hitting him perfectly in stride. It's really hard to hit guys in stride when you haven't been throwing with them the entire offseason. So Kevin Anderson continues to push the ball down the field accurately.
A long pass intended for Williams. Hand fighting there.
He tackled him.
Jalen Embry, and there's a flag. And I guess for pass interference.
Yeah, and this is an obvious pass interference here, but this is a guy that just got beat on the same route. So getting way too handsy at the end.
Aviators number 25. Ball, that was in the end zone. Ball placed on the 1 yard line. First and goal.
That ball's placed at the 1, but I have a feeling if that's not PI, that Williams III's got a chance to go up and get that. Again, we've seen him run by guys, but we've also seen him put his foot in the ground, get up, and high point the football. So really easy target to throw to, and he continues to make plays for this Conquerors offense.
Here we go.
Salima got it. And the Conquerors have come back to take the lead on a touchdown from Jordan Salima.
Good job, man. Much love. Hey, hell yeah, boys. Good answer.
Yeah, spread them out. Get the box count the way that you want, and as long as you get a push up front, I talked about it earlier, you just can't have penetration between the tackles. You can't have a defensive lineman, even one of them, get beat when they kind of know you're running the ball up the middle. And that's why we've seen so much. We've either seen fades, we've seen running the ball between the tackles, or we've seen some sort of naked or play action getting the quarterback outside. And when you're going to run the ball like that, if you don't get penetration, usually the running back play behind his pads and drive it in there. And Jordan Salima able to do that from the 2.
Key play on the drive, the 57-yard catch from Dan Williams. to set up this 1-yard run for the score. A lot of points in the opening quarter.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FWM, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
Jordan Salima, you hear this a lot with players that might have gone unnoticed in Division II, Division III. Just need a chance. 1-yard touchdown run here. Rushed for 1,100 plus yards and 16 touchdowns his senior year. Division II, Truman State.
Number 3 and number 2 is at the scene. Well, hey, yeah, man, if they're going to sit in that 4, let's just keep dividing it up.
Going over some of the notes from that last drive.
And he's talking about if they're going to stay in 4, and that's cover 4, that's 2 safeties, 2 corners back deep, and that's soft underneath coverage. So continue to throw those hitches and keep an eye on and see if they continue to be able to attack that part of the defense.
So this flag is about on the return from Sexton.
Sexton on the kickoff return.
During the run back, holding, Aviators number 88. 10-yard penalty on spot the foul. 1st and 10.
All right, so McLeod Bethel Thompson back to work.
Yeah, the story tonight, it's really been a 3-and-out, and the fumble on the last series, they haven't really gotten a chance to get in a rhythm. We've seen him the last 2 weeks just kind of methodically move the ball down the field and make plays, and so still early, still an opportunity to put a drive together for this Aviator offense.
28 combined points. We're not out of the first quarter.
It feels like the 3rd quarter, right?
It's crazy. That's been fun.
Hey, 5-3, 5-3. Yeah, you're going 5-5. Set. White 20.
So to start this drive for the 17-yard line. To the perimeter. And Julian Williams out of Florida International. It's close to the line to go. Pulled down 5 receptions last week, Williams.
Here we go. Listen up. Here we go. Take it. Here we go. Nice strikes.
Former practice squad player with the Falcons a couple years ago. 5 for 5 so far, Bethel Thompson.
5-5.
He's been sharp since the get-go. Reverse and unable to get there. Willie Arbery, I believe, in on the stop.
Yeah, Willie Arbery is the one who had the monster game 2 weeks ago. And the thing that we have seen, he didn't make as many plays last week. We have seen this is a physical dude, and he's very athletic. We saw the interception that he had 2 weeks ago, and great job just coming from the backside, and great effort play. This dude's explosive. 6'3", 290 from Augusta, Georgia. A nice career at Wake Forest.
This is Smith who gets the first down.
I'm curious to see what the Conquerors are going to do on defense here, because McLeod Bethel Thompson has had a lot of success versus man coverage with the deep balls, but if you sit back in zone, he'll pick you apart. We will see what the Conqueror defense elects to do when we come back.
Inside you is the potential to be whatever you want to be. So start strong. Stay sharp. Make mistakes. And make your mark. With over $2 billion to education across the state, the New Hampshire Lottery is committed to helping our kids write a brighter future.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Now during the Chevy Cyber Sales event, use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Visit ChevyCyberSalesEvent.com today.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for him, a veteran who honorably, and it's made for her. She's serving now. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. Become a member. Get an insurance quote today.
I always loved you, Sven Shannon. I never said it, but...
Whoa! Did Sven Rod just die?
Yeah.
Can you do it again?
Sure.
I always loved you, Sven Shannon. Missed it again. Alexa, rewind 10 seconds.
I never said it.
5G just got real. iPhone 12 Pro Max and iPhone 12 Mini are here on Verizon 5G with the coverage of 5G nationwide and in more cities, the performance of 5G Ultra Wideband. Buy iPhone 12 Pro Max and get another on us, only on Verizon.
You've always been my center. Someday I'll remind you that you will always be just that.
Show her your love is unstoppable. In-store, online, or by virtual consultation. Only at Kay Jewelers.
You know, Jordan, a lot can happen in 15 minutes of football. We've seen just a little bit of everything in the first quarter.
The game, by the way, Sexton and the play before that, he was a walk-off last week. Then we come back, we have a punt. Hawley gets in there, gets his hand on it. Conqueror offense going in to score, and Amos says, nah, I'm going to score. Cuts back, gets on his horse, and he is out. We've also had a turnover, though. Simple little screen, and Whaley unable to hold onto it through the break. Conquerors get the turnover, and we also saw Kevin Anderson throw a nice fade down the sideline to Hawley. So this game so far, if you're tuning in, we're just starting the second quarter here, and those highlights are just from tonight. But look at that list right there. 3 quarters to play. San Antonio. Tuesday night, let's go.
That's what it's all about, man. And McLeod Bethel-Thompson remains... Oh, there's another fumble. This time it's recovered by the offense, Devion Smith. After Julian Williams coughed it up, I was about to say Bethel-Thompson's been perfect. Everyone around him it's been a bit chaotic.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. If you're going to play zone coverage and give McLeod Bethel-Thompson that clean of a look, he's going to complete that regardless of what the route is. And so that's just the timing and accuracy. And then Julian Williams just got to hold on to it at the end, but able to salvage it. Drive still rolling.
Driving ahead here is Ramar Morris, former UNC Tar Heel.
Yeah, Ramar Morris, I think, made some plays last week, too. He gets in space. This guy can shake you and outrun you, and he was able to show a little bit of that last week. I would look for this Aviator offense to get him in space, whether that's a screen, whether that's throwing swings out of the backfield. How do they single him base? Because he is dynamic.
Battled injuries last year, played the CFL. Your Calgary Stampeders. High snap for Bethel-Thompson, no matter. Delvon Hardaway on the quick out route.
You can see it's week 3. These guys are starting to get their timing down. Even with the bad snap, he's one step out of it. That ball is right on his eyes right there, and a really good route. Just a speed out. This is the route you see at the Indianapolis Combine every year. Usually if you're under center, you take 5 no hitch right there. With a bad snap,
5-6.
instead of taking 3 steps, which you normally would, with a bad snap, savvy veteran just takes 1, gets the ball out on time, first down.
Bethel-Thompson taking a shot and overthrows Julian Williams. First incompletion of the night for Bethel-Thompson.
Yeah, and I think he wants that one back because they had 2 receivers over here on the right streaming down the field. Safety gets held inside, and he's got a shot right there. That's just the wrong throw. I don't even think that's as much of a miss as it's just the wrong throw, because right now you can put it on him, and that's why I think you saw McLeod Bethel-Thompson saying, man, I was trying to throw you over the top. If I had that one back, I'd throw it a little different. And That happens. That happens. You're pushing the ball down the field. You got to make that split decision right when the ball's leaving your hand. And made the wrong one there.
Screen again. And Morris underneath. Cuts it back. And coughs up the football. Yarberry has it for the Conquerors.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Conquerors, number 90.
Well, we talked about if Romar Morris gets in space, and right here, they're going to single him up on the screen. This time they do get that first block by Pupu Nacua right there, is able to just slow down the defender. Romar with the cutback, and you always have to be leery of who's coming behind you, because when they come behind you, they're not going to softly set their arm on your shoulder. They're going to swipe, and bad things can happen when people are coming from behind.
That's the second forced fumble for Juwan Johnson. And Willie Yarberry, the recovery.
$2020 got you feeling stuck? Now through November 18th, join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Don't let stress weigh you down. Get up and get moving in a squeaky clean club for just $1 down, $10 a month. Spread out while you work out with cardio distancing. And check the new crowd meter in our app to pick the best time to visit. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Hurry, deal ends November 18th.
Oh yeah, Tri-State Megabucks time. The game with the best overall odds, lots of local winners, and big prizes. Mega prizes, in fact. After all, it's not called Tiny Bucks or Micro Bucks or Shrimpy Bucks. What prize would a game called Shrimpy Bucks even have? Gift cards to an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet? That sounds not bad, actually. But no, it's still not as good as a Megabucks jackpot. Tri-State Megabucks from New Hampshire Lottery. One of the many ways to play your way.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Now during the Chevy Cyber Sales event, use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Visit ChevyCyberSalesEvent.com today.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FWM, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
We made USAA insurance for this season. When being a fan on a budget gets tough, our agents do the legwork so saving on auto insurance is easy. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Well, there have been 3 fumbles from the team wearing black and blue and 2 from wide receivers.
Yeah, 2 from on screenplays. 2 screens, 2 fumbles, so they're able to get the guy in space, but you know, it's just these little tiny things that have been adding up for both teams tonight, whether it's punt coverage, kick coverage, or fumbling.
This pass is complete. On the numbers to Nick Holley, who had that blocked punt earlier for the Conquerors.
He also had the nice fade touchdown down the sideline, and this is a guy who can be shifty in the slot. He's got a really good feel for zone coverage, but as he showed on the touchdown pass, he can also get down the sideline and go up and make a play.
Inside you is the potential to be whatever you want to be. So start strong. Stay sharp. Make mistakes. billion to education across the state. The New Hampshire Lottery is committed to helping our kids write a brighter future.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty, it grows with attention and constant connection. We believe relationships matter.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Now during the Chevy Cyber Sales event, use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Visit ChevyCyberSalesEvent.com today.
Did you know Duracell Optimum can make devices work even better than copper top? This toothbrush brushes quicker. This screwdriver turns speedier. This fan spins faster. Upgrade your devices with Duracell Optimum.
Oh, he talked about polish as a professional. Kevin Anderson mentioned his prowess at Fordham. Played briefly in the CFL last year, managing this drive, taking the time out to avoid a penalty.
Yeah, and he's been in this league before, too. Success story for sure so far. He was a baller at Fordham, too. Put up massive numbers. One of the best quarterbacks they've ever had. 2nd and 8. Let's see if they ought to take a shot.
Snap was a little bit off target. Anderson trying to take off, going nowhere. Andreas Bryant, former NC State Wolfpack defensive end.
Well, nothing throws your timing off as a quarterback by a bad snap. Jacks your footwork up, and he had 2 go routes outside in man coverage, and I had a feeling in the 2nd and 8 he wanted to take a shot down the field, but like I said, that snap's off. Right now, you're off your number 1 progression. You got to find your check down, or you got to try and scramble and make something happen. That time, he didn't really have a chance to do either.
Third and long. Anderson hit after he releases. There's Williams in double coverage, broken up. Deshaun Amos, who had that 101-yard pick 6 earlier, was on the coverage.
And this looks like a really underthrown ball on a bad throw, but sometimes when you throw the ball down the field like this, if you can't hit him perfectly in stride, he's got 3 guys in his face right there, you want to give him a chance. And right here, Dan Williams III has a chance to go up and get that. He just mistimes his jump, and it's so difficult. You're turning around, you got to find the ball, you got to track it, you got a DB on you. But if you do time your jump there and he gets up, and we've seen Dan Williams jump before, that's a huge play. And so that throw looks like an underthrow, but really there's a play to be made on that ball.
Mengel, booming kick all the way to the 15-yard line. Fair catch for Sexton. Mengel, I think, has done pretty well here. Put into situations. He has to hit a pretty deep punt. He's hit from 50 and 53 the last couple weeks. They UCLA, punter and place kicker.
You know, we spent a long time talking about the opportunities for these guys. For the kickers, they kick and punt. That's a great opportunity. They're doing kickoffs, they're doing field goals, and they're doing punts. That's not how it is in the NFL in most cases. So guys getting a chance to really work on 2 crafts, 3 crafts, really, if you talk about it. Kickoff's its own thing as well.
Here we go. Set.
Bethel Thompson, 8 of 9 tonight. Starts from his own 15. Steps up and throws it over the head of the intended target, Julian Williams.
And the pass rush from the Conquerors just moving Bethel Thompson off his spot. And man, he's got a lot of experience making plays, buying time. And right there, gets his shoulders square downfield and just not unable to kind of control the ball at the end. That one sails on him a little bit. Tough play to make, but I know it's one he wants back. And we're going to see him complete those tonight. We're going to see him buy time in the pocket and push the ball down the field.
Smith will get a couple, bring up 3rd and long. Well, but for the fumbles from this team, altogether probably an okay night.
Gun tray right, jet right, 940F hitch. On Bravo, right?
Well, when your quarterback's completing 80% of his passes and hasn't turned it over, and he was 8 for 10, 82 yards, they're moving the ball. They've just been stopping themselves so far.
No points yet from the offense, all defense and special teams. As this is popped off the hands of the intended receiver and picked up by Royce C. C with the interception, follows a lead blocker and gets to the end zone for the touchdown. How would you like to have that on your stat line? And the bounce just pops this ball in midair. Bethel Thompson having a conversation, a flag on the play.
Holding. Aviators number 24. That play is declined. Touchdown.
There's a couple things to look at here. This is unfortunate for a quarterback because he puts this ball right on him and it's past the sticks. He buys time, puts it right on his guy. It's off his chest, and then Royce C. pops up, able to make a play, and Bethel Thompson, I mean, that's about where you want to throw that ball.
Woody Brandon was appealing for pass interference. Pretty tight coverage.
It's kind of like in basketball, you shoot a three-pointer and you don't follow your shot. You think it goes in, you start going back down there, and then there's a rebound and comes back. But Woody Brandon, whether it's PI or not, you got to get that guy who just intercepted the ball on the ground. And so while he's looking for a ref, but that shows you Woody Brandon's fresh out of college, right? So these are NFL rules. You get down on the ground. If no one touches you, you get back up. That's part of transition from college to pro, is understanding those things. And what a bummer for McLeod Bethel Thompson, because he's been efficient. 2 tackles, and then that ball should be complete, or worst case scenario, incomplete. Instead, it is a pick 6. The Conquerors on the board, kicking at PAT and making 22-13.
Or not. Mengel misses it. He's been pretty good. You jinxed him.
Well, he's been successful on the field goals. It's the PATs that have been an issue.
Yeah, extra point. No good on one of the early touchdowns to Holly. But series of big plays. And for Bethel Thompson, he'll get right back out there. We talked, sorry to interrupt you. We talked earlier about Bethel Thompson and why he was here. And he really had nothing to gain, right? You know, he's not a younger player looking to put together tape. He wants reps more than anything else, and to get in front of some NFL scouts.
Yeah, for him, this is the best way to show NFL teams that he's in shape. He's ready to rock, because he can get called up at any time. So this is the best opportunity for him to show that. And at the same time, we talked to him last week, and his answer was he just loves playing football. He's 32 years old. He's the oldest player in the whole league. And he just wants to play. He loves it. And you talk to him for 2 minutes, and you feel that, right? The love of the game. And obviously, everyone loves football. I get it, but there are levels to it. This dude loves to play. Does not need to be here, but wanted to show teams he's ready to rock, and wanted to throw touchdowns. Wanting to play. And he's done a lot of that. Tonight, his sporting cast has not helped him, but as soon as they can mitigate some of these things, they've been moving the ball. They've been making plays. Regardless of what the score is or turns into, this Aviator offense is going to put some drives together.
On the 8-yard line, Sexton is forced out. And about the 40. So Bethel Thompson, and again, this is his second stint here. He's been here before and converted his last appearance at the Spring League into a contract with the then Grey Cup champion Toronto Argonauts.
Let's go.
Went from a 4th string with the Argos to earning the starting job 2 years ago. This guy has faced adversity and then some.
Hey, 48. Set. Wait, Tony!
Number 45. We'll have to make a difficult throw, and it's caught by Williams.
This is a great 5-yard gain. And you just look at McLeod Bethel-Thompson. He's got to move to his left here. Eyes are downfield, but when you're a right-handed quarterback and you feel somebody coming right there, that's a high-risk play because that's a very easy fumble if his arm's on it. But to get out of the way, some kind of jump a little bit, just to give himself a little bit more space, almost like in basketball, like step back to shoot a jump shot, able to give himself enough space. Patrick Mahomes would have thrown that with his left hand. McLeod Bethel-Thompson able to get that off.
Zips it over the middle here, crossing route for Shelby. And Shelby is ripped down after a chunk play.
And if you're going to play man coverage, you've got to get pressed at the line of scrimmage here. And if you don't get a hand on this receiver early, you see him right there create that separation, great release, then this ball's going to be out early, and that was almost a touchdown if he was able to drag him down from behind. But if you're going to play press man coverage, obviously you can't give up the fade routes, but you can't also just let them outside release and then cross your face like we saw the receiver do right there. And McLeod Bethel-Thompson on time and accurate.
Already to Conquerors 32. Bethel-Thompson takes a shot in the coverage, and again, it'll be a defensive pass interference. Jackson Leonard was tracking Romar Morris step for step.
More man coverage, a slot fade here. Romar Morris in the slot running right by the safety.
Conquerors number 10. First down at the spot of the foul.
Defensive back Jackson Leonard. Right at that point is when you have to turn back to the quarterback. You've got to try and get back and find the ball. Otherwise, if you're just going to play the receiver's hands, if you can't turn your body to get back, then you got to play the receiver's hands. When his hands come up to catch the ball, that's when you got to kind of punch it or get your hands up. What you can't do is put your hand on top of his shoulder pads because they're going to call that 10 out of 10 times.
Leonard from Holden, Maine. Played some college ball with the Black Bears in Orono.
I wonder how high school football is in Maine.
It's still a big deal up there. Devon Smith. And the ball is out again. The fourth fumble for the Aviators is recovered in the end zone. This time the recovery from Zach Hall. And it's Devion Smith who gets bitten by the turnover bug. I don't believe he was down, Jordan.
I don't think he was, and you know, he's fighting for extra yards. He's physical. He's behind his pads. 2 hands on the ball all the way until now. Too late, and we're going to see the Conqueror offense again.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
With Powerball available online through New Hampshire iLottery, you can win big from anywhere, even the comfort of your bubble bath. And when we say win big, we mean big enough to order guacamole every time you go out to eat, even at places that don't have guacamole on the menu. And maybe ordering off-menu guac 4 times a week isn't the best use of a Powerball jackpot, but you've got to admit, it sounds pretty classy. Powerball from New Hampshire iLottery, one of the many ways to play your way.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Now during the Chevy Cyber Sales event, use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Visit ChevyCyberSalesEvent.com today.
Wild thing.
You owe us $48.50. Wild thing.
If you ride, you get it. Geico Motorcycle.
We
We made USAA insurance for this season. When being a fan on a budget gets tough, our agents do the legwork so saving on auto insurance is easy. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
5G just got real. iPhone 12 Pro Max and iPhone 12 Mini are here on Verizon 5G with the coverage of 5G nationwide and in more cities, the performance of 5G ultra wideband. Buy iPhone 12 Pro Max and get another on us, only on Verizon.
4 fumbles in the game. And just a gaggle of bodies try to rip this ball out at the 2-yard line.
And he's doing everything right here, Shelby. He's driving his feet. He's got 2 hands on the ball, and you see him when he goes to plant his hand on the ground. He's got 2 guys tugging on it.
It's first down, Conquerors.
That's a good call by the referee. Those things happen so fast, it's hard to get that right. They did a good job seeing that and not getting overturned, and Kevin Anderson with another chance to put a drive together.
Give credit to C.J. Pollard on the strip. As Salima locks helmets together. It's a little help towards the end.
Running backs hate that. When you're in there in the pile and you're driving your feet, and then one of your own guys, your own lineman, just goes full speed. And in football, we call that friendly fire. When your own guy hits you. As if it's not difficult enough to run the ball between the tackles.
Salima, 22 years of age, out of Independence, Missouri. Graduated last fall. Nice snap for Anderson. No shovel pass, Salima. As a first down. Kept those feet moving.
I love this play call. It's man coverage. They've ran the zone read, and when we run the zone read, we're talking about leaving this guy and reading him with the run play, but that's not what happened. Kevin Anderson shows that he's going to be sprinting to the right. That widens that defensive end. Nice little shovel pass underneath. While that's happening, while Kevin's rolling to his right, while the running back's slipping back underneath there, that gives time for the offensive tackle, who's not blocking that defensive end, to go ahead and get downfield and go ahead and try and get in front of one of those linebackers. And they're able to, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Receivers down to the bottom. Salima gets the call again. Burrows his way past the first wave. Stiff arm on Jalen Embry to get out near midfield. And Salima is putting together a pretty solid night.
It's a great finish to the run, too. You know, we were kind of waiting for Jordan Salima to get out in the open field. We know how dynamic he is. He just hadn't had an opportunity these last 2 weeks, but he's showing here. He bounces it. That very easily could have been a loss. Gets outside. One arm's carrying the ball. The other arm can be used. Jordan Salima using it there and getting a couple extra yards, and 1st and 10 again.
Here we go.
Blitz coming. Gets it away quickly. And it's Michael Bandy slipping past 2 tackles. Bandy, the former San Diego Torero.
Way to fight.
Yeah, and they're just going to change this up on the pass rush, get it out. Clock defender there. That's on you, Bandy. You got to make that guy miss, and he does, and gets in the open field. And when you have man coverage and you make the first guy miss, you're going to have people coming all the way from the middle of the field. And very easy for that play to be a 2 or 3 yard loss. That's a great play by Michael Bandy.
Here we go.
A ton of reps in college, 88 catches, nearly 1,700 yards a couple of years ago. Look out here for Olateju. Heavy collision ran into the back of Hockey Woods before being brought down.
Yeah, and they got away with one right here. If you look at 72, getting out in space very easily. Put him in a hold right here on Robert Myers. But Olateju, another physical running back.
Take a deep breath, yes.
5'10", 210.
Here we go.
C3 Wheaton, stand out.
First down. There's Olateju. Again, up by a tackle the first time. Now, Olateju never intended to enroll at Wheaton College. His dad, he said, made him attend the school in Illinois as sort of a punishment. After his senior year of high school,
big breath.
Now, this is his story. He said he came home from prom way too late, and his dad said, you lost your privilege to go somewhere else, and said that he wanted to attend college at Wheaton instead. That's what he's said, at least.
Well,
somehow I think there's another part of the story.
Almost 3,200 yards later, he's one of the best running backs they've ever had there.
Anderson scrambling, steps up, and this is a catch for Nick Holly.
Really good pocket movement by Kevin Anderson. He knows he has man coverage. He sees a crease, but he remains a passer. So easy right there to just keep on running, but he keeps his eyes down the field. He's ready to throw, and that's the only place that ball can be. And he loves it.
Guys, 3 big deep breaths. We're taking a 2-minute warning. This is just pretend. Stay focused. This is just pretend. Breathe. Breathe. We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. Stay in. Just stay.
Great.
Big breath.
Kevin Anderson leading his troops downfield. With the Conquerors in front, 21-13, looking for another score at the 2-minute warning.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Visit ChevyCyberSalesEvent.com today.
With Powerball available online through New Hampshire iLottery, you can win big from anywhere, even the comfort of your bubble bath. And when we say win big, we mean big enough to order guacamole every time you go out to eat, even at places that don't have guacamole on the menu. And maybe ordering off-menu guac 4 times a week isn't the best use of a Powerball jackpot, but you've got to admit, it sounds pretty classy. Powerball from New Hampshire iLottery, one of the many ways to play your way.
Did you know Duracell Optimum can make devices work even better than copper top? This toothbrush brushes quicker. This screwdriver turns speedier. This fan spins faster. Upgrade your devices with Duracell Optimum.
Tessa's getting her holiday shopping done early at Amazon. So come December, she'll get to be Holiday Tessa. Nobody's taking this photo off their fridge. All right, Tessa.
5G just got real. iPhone 12 Pro Max and iPhone 12 Mini are here on Verizon 5G.
The iPhone is mini, but the 5G is huge.
With the coverage of 5G nationwide and in more cities, the performance of 5G Ultra Wideband, the fastest 5G in the world.
Whoa, mobile gaming just got infinitely better.
Pre-order iPhone 12 Pro Max today and get another on us.
This is the phone to get.
This is the 5G phone everyone wants on the 5G America's been waiting for, only on Verizon.
Everyone ready?
Reeves dropping in the commercial break. 2-minute warning. Kevin Anderson giving the play call. In command of his offense.
He is, and we get to the 2-minute warning here, and obviously they're in scoring position, so
Here we go.
using as much clock as possible
All right, here we go.
is what you want to do, and I would look for them to pound it in here with a couple.
To the outside, wrapped up by Hockey Woods Jr. Second-year pro out of Oregon. Timeout.
And that's part of the tactic here is you force the Aviators to take a timeout. They obviously want to try and hold you to a field goal and then have enough time to put a drive together, a 2-minute situation, which McLeod Bethel-Thompson excels in. So when you run the ball like that and you stay in bounds, you force Aviators to start to burn their timeouts. So you do score and the ball goes back to the Aviators. They're limited on timeouts.
Minute 53 to go here in the half. We'll look at what's at stake here for the Conquerors just to try to stay alive. There are some tiebreaker scenarios. We're not quite at the point where we need to go through those yet. The top 2 teams will make the championship game in the Spring League. Aviators can all but cinch it up here.
Opposite left, Y off, 33 bucket.
Going to get to 3-0, a win over Jousters in week 1, 28-0, and then the victory over the Blues in overtime last week. But it's the Conquerors who have steadily looked better.
I got you.
This team, we have them each of the first. They have looked far more sharp tonight than they did a couple weeks ago. Salima, he's got it.
Into the end zone, 31,
Jordan Salima, with his second score of the night, extends the lead for the Conquerors.
Yeah, we heard him in the huddle. 33, that's odd. That's going to be cutting back to the left right there. And there's all you need is a little bit of crease to play behind your pads. Jordan Salima has been good in the open field, but he's been impressive between the tackles, just staying low and finishing these runs. And it's good to see him get back on track as he 11 carries, 53 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaging almost 5 yards a carry here.
On a drive that began as a result of the fumble at the 2-yard line from Devion Smith. Not mangle this. There must be some kind of crosswind in the Alamo. We've seen some kicks do some strange things. We've seen a draw, we've seen a fade. This time nails it.
Here we go, baby! Here we go!
Who needs crowd noise when you got one of those guys?
9 plays, 80 yards. And 5:11 off the clock.
Well, if you need a spark, there's one guy to get the ball in the hands of. That's Matthew Sexton, 41. Reminds me of Cole Beasley. I've seen him in the slot. Really shifty, really good feel for zone coverage, but also in the return game. He's had quite the 2-game stretch. Remember last week, Aviators go to overtime, back and forth in overtime. Really, that was a great game last week. And then the walk-off punt return to win it. And then he starts off tonight, take the opening kickback 70-plus yards to the house. So he's feeling himself a little bit, and if he can get a crease, he's showing what he can do.
Minute. And as seen here, if you outkick the coverage, it'll come back to bite you. Far does Mengel knock this one? For the 12. And Sexton takes it out to the 33. So a minute 40 to go, 2 timeouts, and 67 yards for McLeod Bethel-Thompson.
Last week, Aviator offense was in a 2-minute situation, and we saw McLeod Bethel-Thompson in complete control, in and out of the huddle. A veteran, again, oldest player in this league. I would look to him to manage the clock really well. Guys getting out of bounds, getting back on the ball when it is in bounds. I look with him for 2 timeouts to definitely get in scoring position.
It's actually a shame with the way that the clock turned out, as Bethel-Thompson and on his jersey the whole time. I believe his arm got hit on the release and still managed to get it off. Stop the clock at a minute 33. But a shame that he didn't get to put together that game-ending drive last week the way the clock turned out.
Yeah, it was a shame, and it's a shame here that not able to get hands on Willie Yarber. He makes a sudden move at the line of scrimmage. He's back there and turning that jersey into a tails tux. But eyes downfield, he's remaining a passer, and The one thing you can't have here, but obviously besides the turnover, is taking a sack. Keeps the clock running, moves you backwards, so getting rid of it right there is actually a positive play.
Keeping our eye on the offensive line as Bethel Thompson got away from another one and completes to Delvon Hardaway for a first down. Clock moves, 1:19 to go.
And again, veteran quarterback not using a timeout right there. You got plenty of time to get everybody set. Get into the next play that you want. Keep the tempo going.
Bethel Thompson, incomplete. Intended for Hardaway. This situation like this is where you'd be most likely to see the most polish from a guy who's played pro football.
For sure, yeah. They have limited answers just in terms of not having a 2-minute package where they're in a hurry-up offense. You know, you're really limited. That stuff takes a while. It takes weeks to be able to put in and get on the same page. But when you do have a quarterback who's out there conducting this, he's going to make sure everybody's lined up, snap count, make sure the ball gets out of his hands.
It's time. A wobble on the throw. It's behind Nick Truesdell. His second target tonight.
They're trying to push the ball down the field, and they haven't had a lot of success in protection when the quarterback's taking more than 3 steps. And this one just got away from him. We know how well McLeod can spin it, so when I see a throw like that, I'm thinking something got hit, tipped, or slipped, because that's not a typical ball and not the way that he spins it.
5. Set. 20.
Look out. Ball is out and recovered by Abdul Beecham, a right guard from Kansas State. They'll have to expend a timeout here. Pressure brought by Joe Archer out of Division II Missouri Western.
It's always the guy coming from behind. That pass rusher coming around the left, it's the one that you can't see. McLeod's got his eyes downfield. He feels that pressure there, and then just, you know, trying to get rid of it, and that ankle just gets tucked underneath and rotates out, and you hope that he's okay.
Came off a little gin.
It is, we over here.
Got to have a little bit of a woo-saw moment there for Bethel Thompson. Got a lot of turnovers, 3 fumbles. That one right there, they end up recovering, but hits a ball on 3rd down that bounces off his receiver's face, get intercepted, and so 4 turnovers in the first half. Not the way that the Aviators wanted to start, but they just stopped themselves. That's really it. If they can protect and give McLeod some time, if they can hold on to the ball once they are in space, we've seen what this offense can do. And I would not be surprised to see this Aviator offense come out in the second half and solve some of these issues and click and start to move the chains.
Got a word with Terry Shea there. I believe this will be a delay of game.
Legal substitution, 12 men on the field, Aviators. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Thing gives them a little bit more field to work with on the punt. Clark Riedel. Division III University of Wisconsin stout punter. Been working as an assistant coach for his alma mater after a 4-year run at Wisconsin Stout. Short punt, bounces at the 35, takes a huge roll, scooped up, and being brought down almost immediately is Michael Bandy. A little bit of jawing after the fact. See what happened here.
Well, as is usual, just a little bit extra push, extra word or two, and We point this out every time we call these games, how these guys are all living in the same hotel, taking the same buses back. They're quarantined in San Antonio, and we haven't heard anything. There's got to be some interesting conversations.
Oh, I'm sure.
Back at the hotel.
There are going to be some tremendous stories after this 5-week run. Pressure coming off the edge. Anderson taking a shot, and it's Williams with a diving catch. Losing the ball, punched away briefly, but he recovers it. Jordan George on the coverage, and Dan Williams with another huge catch.
Well, there is zero reason to not throw one up to Dan Williams III. I mean, he continues to do this week in and week out, and when you get him in a one-on-one matchup, he can go up and get it. If Kevin Anderson does what he does there and hits him in stride, Dan Williams has an opportunity to come down with it time and time again. He's a big physical receiver, but also has a wingspan on him. He's 6'2", 215, and when he gets to full speed, he can roll.
Undrafted out of Jackson State. Let's see if... Okay, knocked down, gets back up. Ball is punched out here, and he recovered it, what, out of bounds? So, should just be out, and possession stays with the Conquerors. Clock stops, right?
Yeah, he's recovered out of bounds. That should kill the clock right there.
So they'll get that sorted out. 20 seconds.
So went down to 13, so they put those 7 seconds back on there. So 20 seconds. You don't have any timeouts.
Should give them back the timeout, too. I believe they took
Wait, so we still have a timeout now, correct? Okay, we still have it. We have one.
We gave me my timeout back. It says 0 up there.
Off the field, off the field.
All right. So that's sorted out. 20 seconds. They've got some room to take a couple shots here. Anderson steps up, and he'll scamper out. An illegal block in the back, I believe, here. Setting up the clear path to get out of bounds.
Oh, man, and this is fun to do when you get a chance to hit somebody like this, but you can't do it when they're not looking. They are defenseless. Illegal crackback block.
Personal foul, blindside block.
Yeah, blindside
Conquerors number 86, 15-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
And that very well may take points off the board when you only have one timeout. Great play by Kevin Anderson, getting closer to field goal range, getting closer to be able to take a shot.
Last one too?
With these 13 seconds plus timeout, and not moving it back 15 yards right there. Now you have to take a shot to get almost back into field goal range.
See the last covers? 4 still. They were just deeper, huh? Can't hit them that hard.
Yeah, so the ball's about the 35. You're right on the fringe of it.
Hey, we gotta be quick.
So right here, you can complete a ball over the middle of the field.
That's a choice switch on first down.
You can complete a ball over the middle of the field because you have that timeout. You do not have to get out of bounds here.
Ready. Set, go.
Got it off just in time. They have that timeout, and they'll use it after the catch for Bandy.
On the ball. Timeout.
Yeah, they already took the timeout.
We're good.
So they spotted the ball. It's in between the hashes. But enough time. One more shot, and then field goal.
No, I think you got to kick a field goal here. And right there, because of that amount of time, you really want to make sure that the head coach is the only one that's allowed to call a timeout. Because when players run around, they go timeout. Well, here they are with 7 seconds. They're going to kick a field goal and then have to kick the ball off again. It's going to leave probably just enough time where this won't end the half. If you're the Conquerors right there, Jerry Glanville's got to say, hey, listen, nobody call timeout. I'll handle it. He can tell the referee, hey, I want to take a timeout at 3 seconds left after that ball is completed. But, got a bunch of players running around calling timeout. There's 7 seconds left, and they'll get a quality attempt there. And Mangle certainly has the leg from at least 35, I would say. And now they're down well inside of that. That's the play call, though. Like I said, you can complete the ball over the middle of the field. Defenses, when they get in this situation, they think, protect the sideline, don't let them throw an out route. And the reality is, complete the ball over the middle of the field, you can still call timeout and get a quality field goal attempt.
All right, so 2 missed extra points from about this range. But some long field goals, 50-yarder earlier in the game. It's from 44. But it will take us to the end of the half. And what a half it was. The special teams play, defensive touchdown. We saw a little bit of everything in the first half hour in San Antonio. 5 fumbles from the Aviators, and the Conquerors lead 28-13 at the break. We'll be back to San Antonio right after this.
Oh yeah, Tri-State Megabucks time. The game with the best overall odds, lots of local winners, and big prizes. Mega prizes, in fact. After all, it's not called Tiny Bucks or Micro Bucks or Shrimpy Bucks. What prize would a game called Shrimpy Bucks even have? Gift cards to an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet? That sounds not bad, actually. But no, it's still not as good as a Megabucks jackpot. Tri-State Megabucks from New Hampshire Lottery. One of the many ways to play your way.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FWWeb, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
We made USAA insurance for this season. When being a fan on a budget gets tough, our agents do the legwork so saving on auto insurance is easy. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. USAA.
I always loved you, Sven Shannon. I never said it, but...
Whoa! Did Sven Rogers die?
Yeah.
Can you do it again?
Sure.
Man, missed it again. Alexa, rewind 10 seconds.
I never said it.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country. Coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
Well, you'd think in a 28 has been about their defense so far, Jordan. Block punt and then a whole bunch of fumbles they've forced.
Well, they've showed you about every single way you could turn it over on the screen here, able to get a hand in there, get the ball on the ground, and then Romar Morris had another one here. Yarbury jumps on it, and then DB might have got there a little early, really close, but Roy C. doesn't think so. He picks it off, picks it up, takes it back to the house, and this Conqueror defense is just dominant. 4 fumbles and a pick, and you're in scoring position. It's just been self-inflicted wounds for this Aviator offense, and the Conquerors have been capitalizing on it. But we got another half to play, don't we?
28-13. Back to San Antonio right after this.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FWWeb, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
Oh yeah, Tri-State Megabucks time. The game with the best overall odds, lots of local winners, and big prizes. Mega prizes, in fact. After all, it's not called Tiny Bucks or Micro Bucks or Shrimpy Bucks. What prize would a game called Shrimpy Bucks even have? Cards to an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet? That sounds not bad, actually. But no, it's still not as good as a Megabucks jackpot. Tri-State Megabucks from New Hampshire Lottery. One of the many ways to play your way.
Hey, good morning.
Verizon 5G is here with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
You've always been my center. Someday I'll remind you that you will always be just that.
Show her your love is unstoppable. In-store, online, or by virtual consultation. Only at Kay Jewelers.
Well-deserved hydration for Kevin Anderson in your picture here. The former Fordham Ram been slinging it around the yard tonight, 11 of 14.
Yeah, 214 yards, and he started off hot, pushing the ball down the field, timing, accuracy. But he's also been extending plays, rolling to his left right there, and then you can't go wrong. When you give Dan Williams III a shot down the field, Holly got on the action early. Kevin Anderson's fired up. We hear him
only one
chirping
mistake
in the huddle, and yeah, one mistake inside the red zone. Other than that, he has been efficient all night long.
Nationwide, and in more cities, the performance of 5G ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world.
Whoa, mobile gaming just got infinitely better.
Pre-order iPhone 12 Pro Max today and get another on us.
This is the phone to get.
This is the 5G phone everyone wants on the 5G America's been waiting for, only on Verizon.
Visual on target. Target in sight. Convoy on route. Hold the line, that's a good line, hold the line.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Load him to the Humvee.
It's okay. Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
The only way you beat 6-month aged cheddar toasted on the shell of a chalupa is to put it in this box. The $5 toasted cheddar chalupa box is back for a limited time, only at Taco Bell.
If only there was a place nearby you could get one of these. Or these. Everywhere business is done. I'm pretty sure you could buy them at a bank. Not sorry, Reese's.
Well, it has been a first half filled with big-time plays, including this one, the first play of the game. Kickoff return for a touchdown. Matthew Sexton, I think that set the stage for the night, didn't it, Jordan?
That did. When you watch this package, you may think that this is like all of the crazy highlights from the spring league thus far. It's not. It's just from the first half. Amos picks it off. as the Conquerors are going in to score, and takes it back 101 yards for the pick six. You make the argument that's not the most exciting play that happened because we have more plays to show you from the first half. Bethel Thompson gets out the Whaley, gets stripped. Willie Yarbury jumps on it, gets the fumble recovery. Romar Morris fumbles at the sideline. This is picked off. He looks like he's down, but nope. Royce C. pops back up, takes this one back to the house with some help from his friends. We'll keep going. There's more. Shelby gets in there tight, thinks he's about to score, fumbles for a touchback. And man, the Aviators have been in scoring position tonight.
That's twice. And you had the interception, basically 1 yard deep in the end zone. You had the fumble 2 yards before they reached pay dirt. This score could be very different. But 4 turnovers for the Aviators, and it is 28-13 Conquerors second half coming up.
"5G just got real. iPhone 12 Pro Max and iPhone 12 Mini are here on Verizon 5G.
The iPhone is mini, but the 5G is huge.
With the coverage of 5G nationwide and in more cities, the performance of 5G Ultra Wideband, the fastest 5G in the world.
Whoa, mobile gaming just got infinitely better.
Pre-order iPhone 12 Pro Max today and get another on us.
This is the phone to get.
This is the 5G phone everyone wants on the 5G America's been waiting for, only on Verizon.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard. Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
You've always been my center. Someday I'll remind you that you will always be just that.
Show her your love is unstoppable. In-store, online, or by virtual consultation. Only at Kay Jewelers.
Week 3 of the Spring League, and it started with a bang. Jerry Glanville's Conquerors lead 28-13. Some numbers from the first half. 21 points off takeaways for the Conquerors.
Well, that's the story of the game so far, and there's a 15-point differential here, but we have yet to see the Aviators offense score. We've seen a opening kick return and a pick six is how they end up with 13 points. So I understand that there's a two possession game here and two score. The Aviators are down 2 scores, but this offense led by McLeod Bethel Thompson can absolutely put 21 points more on the board in the second half if they just stop stopping themselves. And if he can continue to put the ball in play, get a little bit more protection, there are plays to be made downfield. This is a guy who threw for 360 yards last week, so we know what this offense can do, and the Conquerors are going to get a shot to open up the second half on offense, and they've been efficient. They haven't had the turnovers. They've kept it in. They've kept possession of it. They've finished drives, all but one, and 2-score game right now, starting off this second half, but I can see this turning into.
So we're underway. In half number 2, Conquerors had won the toss to start the game. They deferred. They get the ball to begin the second half, and Jenny Harris is brought down at the 23-yard line. There's Sexton making a play on special teams on the other end.
Play. He almost stripped that too, and much like how we saw Romar Morris get stripped from behind earlier when he was trying to get some extra yards on the sideline. Matthew Sexton almost coughed one up there too, but so far Kevin Anderson, this is 2 weeks in a row. Last week he was 12 for 15. Tonight he's 11 for 14.
Here we go. Hey, sit pistol.
And we were expecting at the beginning of the day, we showed him in the open to show, Cole McDonald, rookie out of Hawaii, 7th-round pick of the Tennessee Titans. We believe that he may still yet play tonight, but based on the way Kevin Anderson's worked, he's trying to get a job too. He doesn't have a draft to back up on, as Salima is wrapped up here and brought down for a loss by John Raby.
We're fine.
Jason Madua-Folkwa out of East Tennessee State, also another tackle.
Here we go.
Hear me.
McDonald. Spread right, 50.
I know
Surge.
You've been in touch with recently. And it's an opportunity to get playing time, right?
It is, yeah. Spent some time working with him, and dynamic athlete. He went 4.54 at the combine. He was the second fastest quarterback there. And, as I mentioned earlier, threw for 1 million yards at Hawaii.
Salima. It's back some of the yardage pushed out by Alex Shangham, the former Colorado Buff.
I love running backs he does two things that I love, and I love when running backs use their blocks downfield, so they don't run past an offensive lineman just because they get in the open field and they get antsy and they go. He's done a great job of using his lineman and then using his off arm. We saw that mean stiff arm in the first half right there, setting up that block. And when you do that, you get a couple extra yards each time. That adds up. At the end of the day, you get 2-3 yards at the end of each play because of the way you finish it. At the end of the night, you end up with an extra 20-30 yards, and that's what the great ones do, and Salima's done a great job of that tonight.
Anderson completes to Michael Bandy. It's a first down.
When you get man coverage like this, you've got guys in man coverage on these receivers, and if the outside guys come in and the inside guy goes out, somebody's got to chase him and follow him. And so it's just a quick way to steal it. It's almost a screen. It's almost a run play. It's a high completion percentage throw, and you allow these guys to get out in space. And they've done a good job of attacking man coverage, whether they're throwing it down the field to Dan Williams, whether they're throwing over routes to the tight end or kicking it out into the flat right there for a cheap 10 yards.
Anderson, incomplete, almost picked off. Jalen Embry got a hand on it after he overthrew the target, Nick Holly.
Yeah, and this is just the timing just being a little bit off. He's expecting Holly to continue to widen there, so he just throws that ball a little bit outside. He can't actually lead him. If he leads Holly right there, that safety's going to get an opportunity to make a play on the ball. So it may look like a bad throw, but really that's the only portion of the field where that ball can end up. Because if you hit Holly in stride, he's either going to get blown up or that ball's got a chance to get intercepted. So just not those little subtle things are just slightly off.
Dragging the pile forward for 5 on first down. This guy's putting in some work tonight. 55 yards so far, but a hard-earned 55.
And he's on 13 carries. He's also got 2 catches for 18 yards. So you've seen Olataju in there, but Salima's getting the bulk of the work tonight.
Salima already.
Here we go.
Kind of approaching 100 all-purpose yard mark tonight. Keep an eye on that. 3rd and 5. Anderson, well protected, completes to Papale.
Oh, God, good pro. Hey, great pro.
And the second generation player, the former Delaware Blue Hen, is a first down.
And if you beat him in man coverage, then they're going to be forced to play zone coverage. And right here, Kevin Anderson just waiting, feeling that zone. Just a simple curl flat concept. Every high school playbook in the country has this concept. Been doing it his whole life. And these simple reads, and he's able to get the ball out on time. And those are the plays where if you don't have protection and you have to move in the pocket, it completely disrupts the timing. You lose the opportunity to push the ball down the field. And Kevin Anderson continuing to stay on time.
Into the flat, it's Holly, lowering the shoulder, and picking up 9 on first down.
Alex, these screens got to go off the blocks right here, and these guys have got to be able to stay on. And Holly, on the bubble screen widens out. Their 2 outside receivers do a great job of getting on their guy and staying on their guy. And those little tiny things, just hand placement, getting out there. Allow you to get first downs like that. And
28.
Holly, the beneficiary. I'm yet to see him get a chance to get in space because we've watched him in the past weeks.
Trips left.
He's got some shake to him, but not enough time to show it on that. But Holly is a guy who can change direction with the best of them. They continue to try and find ways to get him the ball.
They did give him the first down in the end. As the Conquerors are driving, Salima blown up in the backfield by Hockey Woods Jr. And another big play by the defense here for the Aviators, but unable to slow down this Conquerors offense as of yet.
It's a great job by Hockey just shooting that gap right there. Hockey Woods Jr. When a safety is down low like that, their first responsibility is run responsibility. So they can't just drop into coverage until they know that it's not a run play. And he knew it was a run play, and he hit that gap like he was the running back. And when you do that, when you time it up like that, and there's a lane, you get a chance to make a tackle for a loss.
And we're sitting complete here. If you've just flipped over Welcome to the Spring League. Welcome to week 3 of the Spring League, to be exact. Alex Faust, Jordan Palmer here with you.
Coach, let me get a 9.
Developmental football and a pathway to the NFL. Or maybe the CFL, professional football.
Here we go.
For players who haven't had game action. And Kevin Anderson is a good example of it.
On first down. Ready? Down.
26 years of age from Boca Raton, Florida. Played his college football at Fordham, was an absolute star there. Threw for 7,600 plus yards, one of the top passers in program history. A little time in the XFL, a little time in this. As his running back, Jordan Salima, is tackled for a loss in the backfield and a stop by the Aviators here, forcing a long field goal try. Ty Schwab here with the tackle. There is Terry Shea, the head coach for the Aviators. Been working as a consultant with a lot of players, getting ready for the NFL draft. I'll punt this away from midfield. McLeod Bethel Thompson will go back to work here as Matt Mengel will boot this punt here.
And we saw his ankle get turned a little bit at the end of the first half, so it's good to see that McLeod Bethel Thompson feeling well enough to keep rolling, because I'm excited to see this Aviator offense. If they can stop stopping themselves, there are plays to be made.
This punt taken from the 5 and 1 yard gain. Push back. Bethel Thompson back to work next.
Inside you is the potential to be whatever you want to be. So start strong. Stay sharp. Make mistakes. And make your mark. With over $2 billion to education across the state, the New Hampshire Lottery is committed to helping our kids write a brighter future.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment, because we believe relationships matter.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide, and in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
You've always been my center. Someday I'll remind you that you will always be just that.
In-store, online, or by virtual consultation. Only at K Jewelers.
All right, so the first time in this game, McLeod Bethel Thompson, 32 years of age. Hasn't been his fault tonight. He's back to work.
And I want to see him just settle in.
Like that. Tie in Nick Truesdale.
That's a frustrating first half for a quarterback. I mean, your offense has 4 turnovers. And then on top of that, you get rolled up a little bit on your ankle at the end of the half when you're not able to get a 2-minute situation going. So this is where the 32-year-old, the veteran, the been in the NFL, been in the CFL, all that stuff's got to kind of get centered. Let this dust settle. McLeod Bethel Thompson, get back in, play your game, get the ball out quick. And when there's plays to be made, extend the play and get outside the pocket. He's shown he can do it. That's where that veteran leadership takes over.
Look out. Oh, boy. Omar Morris absolutely nowhere to go, and Zach Hall line into him.
And I'm not sure who was supposed to block Zach Hall, but I'm pretty sure it was somebody. And he's unblocked right there, coming clean. We're going to make 10 out of 10 of those plays. And again, they just have to settle in on offense.
You work with a lot of quarterbacks as a coach, and so much of the game, yeah, there's an athleticism component to it, is about the mental side, right?
Yeah, it really is. It's just handling adversity is so much what you have to do, and he's dealt with some tonight.
And, it's in and out of the hands of of Hardaway. Delvon Hardaway would have had lots of track ahead of him.
Oh, Delvon Hardaway's been his guy. This is a dime. A dig right on his throat. Gets up 18 yards in front of the sticks on 3rd and 10. You get the coverage you want. You get the protection you want. Cloud Bethel Thompson. That is exactly where you throw that ball, and the frustrations continue to mount. As a quarterback, you have so much control in the outcome of a game that this is a perfect example of when you don't. He's done everything right so far. Even the interception that went back for a touchdown bounced off of his tight end's face. So I'm going to keep saying the same thing. This Aviator offense has to settle in and stop stopping themselves.
Pretty good punt. But the Conquerors will have a short field.
Every day, you'll see people in New Hampshire working hard to make a better tomorrow for themselves and for their community. They're getting things done and inspiring the next generation. They're community leaders and mentors. But look again and you'll see something else. They're also students, returning to college, determined to finish what they started and earning a degree online at
Mega prizes, in fact. After all, it's not called Tiny Bucks or Micro Bucks or Shrimpy Bucks. What prize would a game called Shrimpy Bucks even have? Gift cards to an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet? That sounds not bad, actually. But no, it's still not as good as a Mega Bucks jackpot. Tri-State Mega Bucks from New Hampshire Lottery. One of the many ways to play your way.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
Did you know Duracell Optimum can make devices work even better than copper top? This toothbrush brushes quicker. This screwdriver turns speedier. This fan spins faster. Upgrade your devices with Duracell Optimum.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
As we see Kevin Anderson trot back on the field here, comfortable lead. Nothing's working for this Aviator offense. So in this situation, I mean, this is when, again, developmental league, this is not when you, in a typical game, you want to start running the ball, controlling the clock. Not here. I would look for them to continue to take shots down the field.
Hurry. Hey, go. Just get set.
A little bit of
Here we go, get set.
late confusion, and a timeout will have to be institution. Dan Williams sprinting onto the field, but couldn't get set in time, and Jerry Glanville uses a timeout. So the Conquerors will talk things over. This is week 3 again for this team and for all the players here. Got into San Antonio about 3.5 weeks ago. At the time, didn't have a chance to take practices in pads. The first time they did that was in game action, week 1. But since then, I think we've seen the quality of play, the sharpness of play pick up quite a bit. I mean, this looks like pro football now.
It does, and tonight, if you've just watched tonight's game, this is not indicative of how the rest of the league's gone. This many turnovers,
yeah.
You know, this many change of possessions. Like, this is not how it's gone. This has just been one play after another, and it's not all on one guy. We've had a fumble from every single person who's fumbled has been a different person. So.
Exactly. Sometimes this is picked off. Hockey Woods looking to reverse field, and he's finally knocked down by Henderson. Taking a little frustration out after Woods gets the INT.
Yeah, Hockey Woods shot the gap earlier for a tackle for loss, and now as the middle field player here, Kevin Anderson trying to make a play down the field. As I said, they're going to continue to push. He's trying to hit that bender, and it's actually a really good throw. That's a back shoulder versus man coverage, but it's just a better play by Hockey Woods Jr., who's coming over the back, and that's a clean intercept. That's a really good play, catching the ball away from his body. And then watch Kevin Anderson. I love quarterbacks who love getting tackles.
Kickers and quarterbacks who get tackles, you find them in this league.
Definitely find them in this league. I will admit, I have a couple tackles in my career. Absolutely, because of how many interceptions I used to throw. So one comes with the other.
So Bethel Thompson, incomplete here, intended for Truesdale. So we got a couple sudden change situations here.
Yeah, with 7 minutes to play in the third quarter, too. That's really, if you're the Aviators, that's all you really need is a big turnover like that.
We score
Shift the momentum.
My boy JoJo right there looking like my son. Well, he's just come back, man. Then twins like
These guys are having a blast. Not sick of each other yet, hanging out 24/7.
Late blitz coming, and Bethel Thompson locates Julian Williams for the first down.
Yeah, and if I'm McLeod Bethel Thompson, I'm going to continue to find Julian Williams because he has been a guy who's won in man coverage. And right there we see just finding the soft spot on the defense. When you're a veteran quarterback and you're playing with guys that you've only played with for a couple of weeks, you got to kind of find who's your guy. And I've been asking him in these interviews, you know, hey, who's your guy? Who do you like? And it's always based off of who can win in man coverage or who has a good feel for defense that can find that zone and be on the same page.
Bethel Thompson, hit as he throws. He has Hardaway for the touchdown. Delvon Hardaway, that's got to feel good after the drop just moments ago.
Yeah, this is a great bounce back play. And let's take a peek at this. And we saw McLeod Bethel Thompson with somebody on his back right here. This is so tough to do. You have who you want down the field. You see it coming open. That's as early as you can throw that ball. When he's running in, well, he's going to run like he's running an over route, put his head in the ground, look inside, put his foot in the ground. McLeod Bethel Thompson lets that go. Really, he feels that pressure, but he can't throw it any earlier than that. He puts it high, throws it to a spot, lets Hardaway run underneath it. You said it. I mean, Hardaway with the redemption. When you drop a ball, all you want to do is come back and make a play.
Sorry for dropping that last one. I made up for it, though.
Yeah, that is top of mind, isn't it?
This is Hardaway. If you're watching this, your son has officially made up for the drop.
That's a delay of game on a PAT, but allowed us to have a one-sided conversation with Delvon Hardaway. I'm sure Terry Shea is not thrilled with the flag on a PAT. And a backup Sato.
Chaos every night. Something different. We found out we played 2 hours before this game. Enjoy chaos, huh?
This is very true. This was not the originally scheduled game for tonight. There was a concern with new players brought in as Sato misses the PAT of potential contact with COVID-19. So out of caution, they schedule this game. Still a game, quite a bit of a game. 28-19 in the third.
Inside you is the potential to be whatever you want to be. So start strong. Stay sharp. Make mistakes. And make your mark. With over $2 billion to education across the state, the New Hampshire Lottery is committed to helping our kids write a brighter future.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard. Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Taco Bell's grilled cheese burrito is filled with nacho cheese sauce and a delicious 3-cheese blend. And even more melty cheese is grilled on top. Get your hands on a grilled cheese burrito, only at Taco Bell.
Someday, I'm going to marry you. Someday, we'll buy that little place on Ellsworth. Some days will be rougher than others.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find me.
Someday, 50 years will have gone by and I'll ask you to marry me all over again.
Someday. Get 0 down special financing with the K Jewelers credit card.
I see you looking, I see you looking. Watch what I do. Watch what I do.
Let's take a look at this play here. Scoring drive from the 40. We saw Hardaway starting to sell that over route, and when you do that, this defender right here, he's looking out. His feet are set, his shoulders are there. He's protecting for you coming across the field. He puts his foot in the ground, gets vertical, and that ball's right on the money. As we said, McLeod Bethel-Thompson, he knew what he had. He felt that pressure, and even with somebody on his back, getting rid of it as early as you possibly can, putting air underneath it. Savvy veteran play by McLeod Bethel-Thompson. Alex, I'm going to say, I called it. I mean, if they can just stop stopping themselves, this is an explosive, probably the most explosive offense in the spring league. It's only a matter of time until they put those together. But Hockey Woods Jr. with the interception to set up a 40-yard touchdown pass by the Aviator offense. And let's hope they're back on track, and we'll have that shootout we talked about.
Johnny Harris, meanwhile, ran into the kicker Sato after crossing midfield. Nice return for Harris. Another short field for the Conquerors. There is one of a handful of international players, Toshiki Sato, here, as Kevin Anderson goes back to work.
Toshiki Sato, regarded as the best kicker in Japan, and Japan is a spot that's got some budding talent. And I think 1 or 2 other players in this league from Japan, and guys compete at a high level, get a chance to come over here and play, and you can see the emblem on the back of the helmet. They have the sticker with the flag of the country that they're from.
A couple Australian kickers here. It's not that unusual in football. We'll see some international flavor here, not only this year, but as the spring league continues on. They've made an effort to try to recruit internationally and get guys who might be playing in Germany, Spain, to come over and give this American football thing a shot at the professional level.
Germany's the country to keep your eye on, too. There's a lot of talent over there. The German American Football League is developing a lot of players. There's a quarterback going to TCU this year who's the best player in Germany, but he's also one of the best incoming freshman college quarterbacks we're going to have. And he's played all of his ball in Germany.
Fumble on this play. And a scramble for it on the ground. Anderson rips it out of the pile himself.
He's filling up the stat sheet. He's got a tackle. He's got a fumble recovery. I like it. We hear him talking between the break all the time. Kevin Anderson's fiery, but here's Jordan Salima, and just right at the point of contact. Linebackers coming in to make a play, hand right on the ball, and then look at Kevin Anderson here.
Trips left. 80, trips left.
Says, I'm trying to finish this drive off. Give me that thing. No, seriously, give me that thing.
Here we go, here we go.
Third down. That's from Connor Anderson. There's his target again, Dan Williams. There is a flag.
Huddle, huddle, huddle.
Dan Williams tonight
Coach, hey, ref, is that a hold?
is already up to 110 yards receiving.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's defensive holding. Declining, right?
Penalty flag on the field. Let's see what this flag will be against.
Before the pass, face mask, Aviators number 25, penalties decline. Result of the play is first and 10. First and goal.
And we talked about this,
here we go, guys.
where this ball doesn't have to leave the receiver. When you see this fade route down the sideline, you don't have to hit him perfectly in stride. Earlier we saw Dan Williams mistime his jump on one, unable to catch it when he was in the slot. But here, if you do throw it high and behind the guy, gives him time. The longer the longer the ball is in the air, the more time the receiver has to adjust to it. And Dan Williams, becoming guys in this league, and you know, you're a defense and you put on the tape for the Conquerors, one of the first things you're going to say is, we can't let this guy run by us. And so DB there stays on top of him, but he's able to adjust and come back and make a big play.
First and goal. Holly heads together with JoJo McIntosh. Comes up short of the goal line.
Holly, one of those slot receivers that loves contact, and
report. Coach.
Tight end gets his hands, gets a great block. Outside receiver, when you're running this play here and you get man coverage, you don't need to block him. You just run a fade, and that's gonna end up being your block. So that's well executed, and that's about what you can expect from this tight down there. Is get it in his hands. It's essentially an extension of the run game. Get it in my slot receiver's hands as fast as possible and give him some space to make a play.
Trying to join his brother, Nate, who's already on a practice squad in the NFL. As Salima scampers in for another rushing touchdown. That's his third on the night. And his fourth in the spring league this year.
This is just another tight ISO. Again, if you don't have any penetration, the running back can usually find a crease. That play is designed to go up between the guard and tackle, but he reads the defense. Everyone's getting squeezed down in there. He bounces it out, and all you need is a little crease. Jordan Salima playing behind his pads, finishing these drives off when he gets down in there tight. And that's a really good drive for the Conquerors, particularly after Aviators start to get a little bit of momentum back. They get the turnover, they score on the long touchdown, and then the best way to answer is to just put together a methodical drive. And don't settle for a field goal. Finish it with a touchdown and an extra point. Jordan Salima having a day. Dan Williams having a day. Conquerors on top, 35-19.
With Powerball event through New Hampshire iLottery, you can win big from anywhere, even the comfort of your bubble bath. And when we say win big, we mean big enough to order guacamole every time you go out to eat, even at places that don't have guacamole on the menu. And maybe ordering off-menu guac 4 times a week isn't the best use of a Powerball jackpot, but you've got to admit, it sounds pretty classy. Powerball from New Hampshire iLottery, one of the many ways to play your way.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for him, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids, Become a member. Get an insurance quote today.
5G just got real. iPhone 12 Pro Max and iPhone 12 Mini are here on Verizon 5G.
The iPhone is mini, but the 5G is huge.
With the coverage of 5G nationwide and in more and more cities, the performance of 5G Ultra Wideband, the fastest 5G in the world.
Whoa, mobile gaming just got infinitely better.
Pre-order iPhone 12 Pro Max today and get another on us.
This is the phone to get.
This is the 5G phone everyone wants on the 5G America's been waiting for, only on Verizon.
All right, well, Jordan Salima, all the defensive and special teams plays, he's having himself a night with 3 touchdowns.
He is. He's ran really well between the tackles. I just love it. He plays behind his pads. He's finishing down in there. So often when guys get down in tight, they dive into the end zone. He doesn't. He keeps his feet moving. And you've seen him get that shovel pass, 20 yards through the air, almost 60 on the ground, but 3 touchdowns. Jordan Salima running behind his O-line, and they've been able to get him in space. You know, there's been a couple of tackles for losses, but other than that, his line has done a great job. No penetration inside. He's hit it in between the tackles and then bounced it when it was there. He's done a great job of finishing runs, the stiff arm, and as a running back in this league, that's what you want to show, is that you can play behind your pads, you can get in the open field, and you don't take negative plays. So Jordan Salima building on, you know, a little slower start because they've sputtered on offense the first 2 weeks a little bit in the run game, but tonight able to open it up and finish these drives off.
Slowly but surely they're cutting down on the returns for Matthew Sexton. So Bethel Thompson, well, this is one of those you just got to grind through it, huh?
Well, this is a drive here where you got to take some shots. Right? You got to get the momentum back on your side. He hasn't seen a ton of zone coverage. We haven't seen him complete that many balls in between the hashes, and so I would look for them to continue to find Hardaway, continue to find Julian Williams in the slot. Just see if you can't put a drive together and take a shot once you cross that 50.
The difference in the stat line from last week. Michael Thompson lobs it incomplete. Intended for Kent Shelby.
And he wants that one back. This is a rare miss out of McLeod Bethel Thompson. He did have a clean pocket there. He had a receiver open on the sideline. We don't see him, too many inadvertent misses out of him, and you see the frustration there.
Here we go. We need a receiver. Here we go. Here we go. Rocket, jet right, 63 on Bravo. Ready?
Romar Morris.
Here we go. Hey, 91.
Two-sport athlete at UNC. As hip pocket.
Right, 20.
On second down. Long pass is almost hauled in by Truesdell. He's a big cat at 6'7", 252 pounds. The coverage from Jackson Leonard.
Yeah, and it's the inside slot fade, and at 6'7", you've got to make this play. This is an absolute dime. I know the DB gets a hand in there, and it looks like a contested catch, but that's when you got to track the ball early, see where it's coming. You'd love to kind of lean into the safety there and then be able to go up and high point it. But from a quarterback's perspective, yeah, you get man coverage on a 6'7" guy with a safety covering him. That's exactly where you're going with the ball. But here they are, 3rd and 10 again.
I'll give the handoff to Morris, and he'll get close to the line to gain. Be curious to see if they go for a 4th down here.
Go for it.
Yeah. Terry Shea parking out instructions.
You mentioned Terry Shea spent a lot of time training guys for the NFL draft, some high picks, been around the game as a head coach, coordinator, play caller, and a great developer of young talent as guys enter into the NFL. Really respected in league circles in the quarterback community.
Bethel Thompson goes under center here. On 4th down, he rolls out and finds his man along the outside, Julian Williams. They'll give it to him.
I love that play call. It's such an obvious rundown, so to be able to show not just a play action, you know, naked, but to show a run look, right? Getting under center, hey, let's get up there and get that. And all he needs is just enough space to get this ball off. Julian Williams does a great job extending. That ball was caught behind the line to gain. Ends up extending and getting a fresh set of downs out of it.
We got Q9 on Bravo, right? We got 10. We gotta go.
And they've had success when they get the quarterback out on the run. So we've seen the sprint draws. I would look to see him get out of the pocket.
Look out here. Devion Smith upfield. And up the middle, Smith gets inside the 25-yard line. Some extra words after the whistle.
That hurry up, so often that hurry up comes with a quick game passing instead. Direction, one running back goes one way, Devion Smith goes the other, sees the hole, cuts back, and gets vertical right now. And it's exactly what they've been missing all night, is some explosive plays on the ground to open up play action, to allow him to drop back and throw it. Take some pressure off of those tackles and long, five-step drops from gun. And this is the stuff you need early in the game to set things up. But again, it's not too late for the quarterback like McLeod Bethel-Thompson. They are absolutely still in this.
Shot play, but right to the hands of a Conqueror.
Bethel-Thompson could not believe what he just saw.
Ken Hike Jr. with the interception. This is virtually was a receiver here.
And Bethel-Thompson is clearly not expecting the receiver to run fast for 10 yards and then jog in style. That is not what he was expecting out of that. That is not on Bethel-Thompson. Shelby Jr. getting coached up. And when you have a savvy veteran quarterback as a wideout, you see here that last run play sets up the play action just like this. Coverage. Looking to just give Shelby a chance to go up and get it.
Shelby looked like he was confused with the play call mid-route.
Yeah, and he's been one of the big play threats. He's 6'3", 208, but last week he had 3 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown, so that's a guy you want to give a shot. Frustrations mount for the Aviator offense.
So that's 2 interceptions now for Bethel-Thompson as the final seconds will tick away here in the third quarter.
Sideline.
7 combined turnovers.
Yeah, walk it down if you want. Take your time.
And for the Aviators, 3 of those 5 have come on
This is
fumbles.
the knockout punch we need.
Kevin Anderson.
This is the knockout drive.
You heard him say it. They want this to be the knockout drive.
Guys, this is the knockout drive we need.
To McLeod Bethel-Thompson's Aviators. End of the quarter. We head to the 4th. Conquerors 35, Aviators 19 in San Antonio, the Spring League on FS1.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FWM, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
Electric is due on the 1st, but oil isn't due till the 15th. $80 for groceries and laundry detergent. I could stretch that to next week. John needs a pair of boots for work. Anna needs a few shirts. It might be tight this month.
Hi, Mama. Can we get the seat, please, Mama?
Yeah, we can.
Thank you, Mama.
Did you know Duracell Optimum can make devices work even better than copper top? This toothbrush brushes quicker. This screwdriver turns speedier. This fan spins faster. Upgrade your devices with Duracell Optimum.
Tessa's getting her holiday shopping done early at Amazon. So come December, she'll get to be Holiday Tessa. Nobody's taking this photo off their fridge. All right, Tessa.
5G just got real. iPhone 12 Pro Max and iPhone 12 Mini are here on Verizon 5G.
The iPhone is mini, but the 5G is huge.
The with the coverage of 5G nationwide and in more cities, the performance of 5G ultra wideband, the fastest 5G in the world.
Whoa, mobile gaming just got infinitely better.
Pre-order iPhone 12 Pro Max today and get another on us.
This is the phone to get.
This is the 5G phone everyone wants on the 5G America's been waiting for, only on Verizon.
Visual on target. Convoy on route.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard.
Load him to the Humvee.
It's okay. Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Well, McLeod Bethel Thompson, we're eavesdropping a little bit. He's kicking himself after that last throw. Second interception of the night, but based on what we see, I don't know if that's on him.
Yeah, it's just tough. It's one of those miscommunications. Somebody's not running full speed. You try and give him a shot. And all sorts of frustration from McLeod tonight.
Well, regardless of that, Kevin Anderson continues to have himself a nice night. Now, 18 of 24.
He's approaching the 300-yard. He didn't have 300 yards coming into tonight off of 2 games, and so Conquerors each week getting better and better and getting a feel for each other and capitalizing on the mistakes of the Aviators tonight.
They are 0-2. Long shot at this rate to make the title game in a couple weeks, but
here we go.
No. Aviators 2-0. There's a third down conversion. And Dan Williams continues to receive the bulk of the targets when they need a big play.
I think Williams is a really complete receiver. Obviously, we've seen him catch balls down the field, but just running a 14-yard curl there. He's got the build. He's 6'2", 215. He's got speed. He catches the ball away from his body, and he's physical when he's blocking out there in the run game, too. So another guy that kind of should be on some people's radars is you're physical like that. You usually think guys like that can contribute on special teams, too. And again, that's the ticket to playing on Sundays.
Swing pass, and Holly is knocked out after a gain of 3.
Clock still runs, though. No, it doesn't.
Fourth quarter, Conquerors continue to roll along. Now 400 yards of offense as a team.
That's a lot of offense because they've had some short fields too. They haven't started on their own 20 every time, and if they have yet, I mean, they've had a lot of short fields. They've just moved the ball. They also haven't had a lot of punts or 3 and outs.
Here we go.
They've forced 5 fumbles. They have 2 interceptions as a team.
Hurry, get set, guys. Hurry, get set. Hurry, get set.
And you've seen some great plays on both sides of the ball by this group. 2nd and 7, and Olateju a little off balance. Unable to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
And these ball swings, they're high completion percentage throws. You give your guy a chance to get in the open field and make a play, but also it starts to get the defense. They get bored at coming up and making tackles, so it also sets up some opportunities to take a shot down the field.
Hey, trio left. 61 Georgia special on tour.
See here. What 61 Georgia special looks like. 3rd and 8. Anderson, the outside, and Bandy come up short of the line to gain. 4th and 2.
That's a really good tackle by Hockey Woods Jr. too, and we've said his name a few times tonight. These open field tackles are tough. This is a safety coming down from space. 3rd and 8. Does a good job staying low and securing the tackle, wrapping up, getting him out of bounds. Using the sideline as that extra defender, kind of forcing guys out, not giving him a chance to cut back and not giving him a chance to get the edge. I've been impressed with Hockey Woods Jr. The interception was nice. Had a nice tackle velocity, shot the gap, and then great open field tackle. That's what you want to see out of a safety, somebody who can do a little bit of everything.
Mengel aiming for the sideline. This will kick off the numbers and roll all the way inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Bengals had himself a nice night, kicking-wise. 35-19.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
This is for everyone who had a toasted cheddar chalupa and thought, wow, this is so good. I sure hope Taco Bell never takes it away. Because why would they do that? It's got cheddar toasted right on the shelf, for goodness sake. They wouldn't do me like that. But listen, I'm sure if for some reason it did leave the menu, they would definitely bring it back. For a limited time.
Wait, what?
The cheddar toasted shell you love is back with Taco Bell's $5 toasted cheddar chalupa box.
You've always been my center. Someday I'll remind you that you will always be just that.
Show her your love is unstoppable. In-store, online, or by virtual consultation. Only at K Jewelers.
Ready or not, here I come.
Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you're ready for the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
Ready or not, here I come. I'm gonna find you and keep you happy.
I see you looking, I see you looking. Watch what I do. Watch what I do. Oh my, watch what I do.
Well, in the first half for the Aviator offense, it was everybody making mistakes. They had 4 turnovers, and then here, McLeod Bethel-Thompson, we weren't really sure. It was a miscommunication. Was he supposed to keep going? And his words said it all.
God, you can't throw that.
All right, so you've got to have a short memory, right? This is an audition. Make no mistake. For a guy who's been around, yeah, he may be a capable pro quarterback, but this is an audition in some respects.
Yeah, and that's why that's so frustrating. Now, I as a guy who watches a lot of quarterbacks, I mean, I look at that and I go, he's also trying to make a play. I can see why he's frustrated, but at the same time, what you can't do is take sacks and just throw the ball out of bounds. You got to keep giving guys chances to make plays.
First play of this drive is a run for Devion Smith as he drags the pile forward. Pretty solid run on first down.
And with McLeod Bethel-Thompson, too, I mean, this guy went to 2 colleges, Spring League, not in this order, Spring League, 2 different Canadian teams, and I think 5 different NFL teams. So it may sound like a journeyman, and we use that as a derogatory term often, like, oh, this guy's only a journeyman. You have to be incredibly competitive to continue to get opportunities like that. And so for a guy like McLeod, who has as much tread on his tires, this situation, as difficult as it's been tonight, this is a guy who's going to continue to fight.
And the play blown up there by Willie Yarbury, tackle for loss on Debois Whaley. And then a little extra after. And the last thing referees want to do in a situation like this is have to throw flags. They want to let him play. But
After the play, personal foul, Conquerors number 55, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Jawan Johnson has made a couple nice plays, forcing 2 fumbles tonight.
Yeah, and down 16, I mean, it's a 2-score game, and so with 10 minutes left, 3 timeouts, there is opportunity here, and everybody's capable of turning it over, getting a 3 and out. So everything's still on the table here. If they can take some shots down the field, and if they can complete some balls and get some momentum
got banana
going.
left, fake 50 gut, naked right, stack pass, F flat on bro. Right. Understand.
This is going to be their shot right here on 1st and 10. Get a free first down with the penalty. Naked right and shot down the field.
There's the play action. There's the naked rollout. There's the shot downfield. It is juggled, dropped. Initially looked like it could have been intercepted. Delvon Hardaway, he's going to be seeing those in his sleep tonight.
He had this too. And he just doesn't have enough time to step into this right here, right there. He's pulled up, I guess he kind of did, but he's got somebody in his face, and then Hardaway, they had the look.
Gun twins right, jet right.
You know, you really want to lead him across the field. There's nothing left. If he bends him across the field, essentially just throws it as high as far as he can to the other hash, then Hardaway's got a chance to go get it. And
Ken Hike almost had his second pick. Bethel Thompson screen and then met immediately. Smith could not get away from Aaron Menz.
When I talked about it, 65, that first block in these screens, you got to get the first guy blocking there. He splits the guard and center. There is nothing left in front of him. If Beecham can get a hand on him, even just get in his way, there's nothing past that first level. He is still running. If those center and guard can get a hand on that linebacker, they does a great job, splits it, and gets a tackle for loss.
The goal here, 3rd and 15. Bethel Thompson under duress, gets away, loses the football. It'll go out and allow them to punt it away. But a tough night has gone from bad to worse.
Yeah, and this is just a quarterback wanting it too bad, wanting to force a play that's not there. He's wrapped up and tries to set his feet. Can't see anything, trying to get out again. And hard to watch because you want him to be able to find that guy. He just hasn't had time, or they've turned it over, or just it's just been a series of unfortunate events for the Aviator offense. But you can't make a bad play worse. And unfortunately, there's just nowhere to go and doesn't have any time on 3rd down to make a play down the field.
Rito gets it away. And from midfield, Michael Bandy with some room to run, gets by 2 tackles. And the ankle tackle made by Devion Smith. But the Conquerors are in command
now. What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
We made USAA insurance for veterans like Martin. When a hailstorm hit, he needed his insurance to get it done right away. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
I always loved you, Sven Shannon. I never said it, but...
Whoa! Did Sven Rod just die?
Yeah.
Can you do it again?
Sure.
I always loved you, Sven Shannon. Missed it again. Alexa, rewind 10 seconds.
I never said it.
Verizon 5G is here with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
Introducing Wendy's new pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Yeah, we said Wendy's. Once you lock eyes on the pretzel bun, beer cheese, and Applewood smoked bacon, nothing will distract you. Not even all the comments you're getting on the pic you just posted of your pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Download the app to order ahead and get Wendy's rewards.
Kevin Anderson and the Conquerors. You want to talk about a short field. 22-yard line after the return from midfield for Michael Bandit. And Anderson's going to the end zone right away. Incomplete. Slow to get up there is Papala.
And there's no reason to not continue to take shots, especially on first down, short field. Really good ball. Just not able to get that other hand around. And
okay,
really good coverage.
Opposite right, Y off. 37 zone, naked right on 2. Ready? 37 zone, 37. Yeah, sure.
Papali seems to be okay.
Here we go.
I don't love the eye black. And the screen pass caught by Dimitros Setsmatis Jr., the tight end.
Again, they're in the pistol formation. They're just going to go naked. They're setting everything up. It's been pretty much man coverage tonight. Feels like almost every snap. And you do. You either got to win your one-on-one matchups. You got to have the right leverage. There's really a couple ways to beat man coverage. Win your one-on-one matchup. Or beat somebody with leverage or your release. And then play action like that, naked, and you get outside the pocket. That tight end gets to start in and then break out. You just need a little bit of separation and be able to turn up some more yards.
Salima gets 2.5 here. Brought down by Alex Shangham. Got to say, this offensive line's done a good job, too. I can't recall a situation where Anderson's been in any kind of trouble.
Here we go.
No, he hasn't. He's got moved off his spot just a little bit, but much improved from last week. You know, he was scrambled around pretty good.
Here we go. Get set.
Trying to make plays, and he did a great job of it last week. But, yeah, these guys up front done a great job tonight.
I was going to say, they've only allowed 1 sack. Other than that, Anderson, dart to Holly. Bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and goal.
Coach.
So we'll see what the package is here on 3rd down. Keep in mind, as much as you want to run up the score, get more chances for the offense, Matt Mengel has put together a nice night as the kicker and probably would want to cap it off with another opportunity. I don't know what you're rooting for in this situation. Get back on the field if you're the kicker or not. Although a PAT would have this come after a touchdown.
Here we go. Get down.
5:40 on the clock. And it'll be a free play.
That's 2. That's a free one. That's free.
On the coverage in the end zone, number 6 of the So an offside will give them another chance here.
Offside. Aviators number 91. Finish half the distance. Replay 3rd down.
Yeah, a good use of Kevin Anderson with the snap count. And then also just being heads up and letting it roll. And when you get in a situation like that, this is something we've seen Aaron Rodgers do a lot. Draw somebody off sides. Go ahead and go, guys. And you got a free play. If you throw an interception right there, it's coming back anyways. So give you guys a shot in the end zone.
Here we go. Yeah, you got to do. Hey, spread left. 91 D's X fade on 2 and 2. Ready? Hurry, get set. Here we go. Get set. Hurry.
X is probably down here to our right.
The left side. And it's a touchdown. It's Dan Williams Jr. again. It's his first touchdown tonight. But that's a nice reward after putting up 150-plus yards.
Let's go. That's one thing.
Yeah, and this is a fade press coverage. outside release, and I love how he widens them right here. That's not a ball you throw over the top and lead him to the back of the end zone and put air underneath it. You actually rip that ball. Kevin Anderson did just that. Outside ball placement. Call that an us or nobody ball, meaning that Dan Williams is going to come down to that, but the DB is not. You throw that into the DB, he can get a hand on it. All kinds of bad stuff can happen, but Dan Williams Jr. having a night. 6 catches, 156 yards. As you mentioned, gets in the end zone for the first time. He's averaging 26 yards a carry. This is their big play guy. But as I've mentioned before, I don't think he's just a big play guy. I think I've seen him catch the ball in traffic, catch the ball away from his body. This is a guy who can translate. And again, the way he's built, 6'2", 215, is physical enough to be able to play on special teams. And this is somebody that, you know, somebody's going to be putting together a reel and watching this. This is a couple weeks in a row now. And, you know, last week was the first time Kevin Anderson played almost a full game. Didn't even get a chance to play a full game. So this is his first night playing with a quarterback who played the entire game, and you get a chance to see what happens. And having a night to remember for sure.
Yep. Mention the practice squads he's been on, last with the Seahawks in 2019. Extra point is true for Matt Mingle. And Dan Williams, the star performer tonight, in addition to Kevin Anderson at QB.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Now during the Chevy Cyber Sales event, use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Visit ChevyCyberSalesEvent.com today.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FW Web, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
My name is Henry, working within Amazon Transportation Services. I immediately saw the challenge of climate change. We want to be sustainable, but when you have a truck covering over 300 miles, or you have flights going hundreds of miles, it's a bit more challenging. We are letting the data guide us to the best solution. It's inspiring to try to solve a problem that nobody else has solved. That's super exciting.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide, and in more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
You've always been my center. Someday I'll remind you that you will always be just that.
Show her your love is unstoppable. In-store, online, or by virtual consultation. Only at K Jewelers.
Last scoring drive, set up by the nice punt return from Vandy. And Kevin Anderson is having himself a night.
He is. He's been accurate down the field. He's gotten outside the pocket. This is a dime to his left. He's throwing with guys in his face. He's thrown it a lot to that guy, Dan Williams Jr. Hit Holly on the opening drive tonight. Jump up 7 and back shoulder fade in there. And seen a little bit of everything out of him.
Record setter at 4 touchdown passes, top 10 in completions, passing yards. It's interesting, the journey for some of these guys. Miami, as in the Dolphins, needed the quarterback, or sorry, as in the Hurricanes, needed a quarterback to throw at their pro day. And they were looking for a guy who could throw to Braxton Berrios, eventually chosen in the 6th round of the draft by the Patriots. As Sexton brings this out for the 35. So they brought in Anderson, who lives in Boca Raton, and had started just before then an LLC. He was training other quarterbacks in his off time, kind of as a quasi-coach, if you will. And he's turned that into finding an opportunity here, finding an opportunity there, and cup of coffee in the CFL, played the XFL, and now he's here impressing again.
Yeah, and I've lived that life where you're working out in the off season, so you might as well train guys too. I train guys. That's how I got started, because you got to end up getting a workout in. You got guys to throw to, and you got a workout organized, and you can help some young guys out in the process. And he's starting his coaching career, but he's not ended his playing career yet.
It's our first look at George Bowen at quarterback. The number 2 behind McLeod, Bethel Thompson. He's a kid who had a brief stint in Division III football and then went to the NAIA, then went abroad. He's playing some semi-pro or minor league football professionally in Serbia. This is the information that was given to us from the Spring League. As you look at his college stats, there's not much there. So he's been, I guess, in an alternate path to try to find his way here.
Well, you imagine this being your first real snap since high school, which is kind of what you described, and playing over in Serbia, and then came back to his hometown in Versailles, Kentucky, and coached high school football recently too. Another guy similar to Kevin Anderson, trying to make the most of an opportunity while also back home working out, training, and also training other people.
Yeah. So many of these guys too, we've heard that they're either working with their high school team or local college team as a coach, just to stay involved in the game any way they can. Another completion. This is Woody Brandon, backup tight end out of Sam Houston State.
Go ahead, Bowen.
Yeah.
Drop back, let it rip. I love it. Here he is. He stays in the pocket. Clean drop. Puts it right on time to the tight end. Moving the chains. You haven't played much. There's something to be said about just getting back in the huddle. Just being out there, calling plays, dialing it up, having it be your show. Trying to make the most of an opportunity.
On a scramble here. And he'll get the first down with his feet. Comes out of Versailles, Kentucky, 25 years of age. Opportunity for not only a guy who hasn't looked at pro football in North America before, but maybe a kid who McLeod Bethel Thompson can mentor a bit.
Well, that's the other opportunity too. One to play, but two just to watch McLeod Bethel Thompson. I know he's had a tough night, but here's Cole McDonald we saw warming up as well.
We may see him yet in the final 3 minutes and change if they get the ball back.
I was surprised to see him come in this late, not get a chance earlier with score being what it is, and give him some opportunities to play here. They just signed a couple of days ago. And Kevin Anderson had a great night.
How much must McLeod Bethel Thompson be thinking about next week already, and how important that might be to cap off his run? Take a shot. Ball underthrown for Hardaway. He wants the PI.
That's a call.
I love it.
Come on, guys. I never get a chance to play. Give me the call. And he loved it when it came off his hand. He's holding it up there like it's a jumper, and he was surprised that wasn't PI, but what he'll see on tape is when the ball is thrown that far inside, that's basically uncatchable, and you're not going to get that call unless that's on the wide receiver. 3rd and 8. Look for a 5-man rush here and see if he can buy some time in the pocket and get the ball past the sticks.
Williams tackled by Harris. Fourth down. And the clock will move closer to 2-minute warning here. Julian Williams from FIU has had himself a nice night, leading receiver for the Aviators with 67 yards on 6 receptions. Looking at the clock here, we'll see if they do run a play before the 2-minute warning, making some last-minute substitutions. And they will let the clock run down here. So we'll step aside. The fourth down upcoming, and the Conquerors on their way to their first win.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Now during the Chevy Cyber Sales event, use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Visit ChevyCyberSalesEvent.com today.
What makes a great relationship? Loyalty and reliability. A successful relationship requires trust, dedication, promises delivered. It grows with attention and constant connection. At FWM, we work hard every day to show our commitment because we believe relationships matter.
G just got real. iPhone 12 Pro Max and iPhone 12 Mini are here on Verizon 5G.
The iPhone is mini, but the 5G is huge.
With the coverage of 5G nationwide and in more cities, the performance of 5G Ultra Wideband, the fastest 5G in the world.
Whoa, mobile gaming just got infinitely better.
Pre-order iPhone 12 Pro Max today and get another on us.
This is the phone to get.
This is the 5G phone everyone wants on the 5G America's been waiting for, only on Verizon.
You've always been my center. Someday, I'll remind you that you will always be just that.
Show her your love is unstoppable. In-store, online, or by virtual consultation. Only at K Jewelers.
Well, Kevin Anderson didn't have 300 yards passing in the first 2 games combined. 325 tonight. Game open with 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. 7 combined. But some nice plays throughout as this fourth down play gets shut down. Jackson Leonard's made some solid plays in the second half as well. Jermaine Edmondson getting in on the stop here.
Just think about Bowen. He's been coaching high school football, and the last time he played was in Serbia. It's pretty crazy to come back out here and get an opportunity.
Well, here's Cole McDonald. I would imagine that either a start or a larger stint in the game next week. He's only been in San Antonio for a couple of days, we understand. Former star quarterback with the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors.
And he's only been here a couple of days, so still getting used to even just the verbiage and the terminology, but this guy can push the ball down the field, and this guy is electric when he's running.
Olataiju tackled in the backfield by Jeremiah Spicer. And it's an interesting model, too, that the Spring League is trying to be at the forefront of being a farm system. There hasn't been a farm system other than practice squads. And this is a kid drafted in the 7th round by the Titans. He's on a multi-year contract. And with no preseason this year. Chance to practice, get full game reps, assuming he'll be in next week. Olateju will carry again.
And you mentioned it. When you talk about what happened with more of a skirmish here, you talk about what happened with no preseason in the NFL because of COVID. Cole McDonald is the perfect example of what it cost players, because he's a guy where they took him saying, all right, we're going to develop this guy, the Tennessee Titans. We're going to develop this guy. Let's get him some opportunities. Let's get him some preseason. Let's get, that's how you kind of build a young player who played not in a pro-style system. He played it, in that run-and-shoot offense at Hawaii. And so in meeting rooms, it's great to be in practice, but the game reps are what you need. And so for him to have no preseason, like the spring league is the perfect place for guys like him to come and work on their craft and develop.
Well, now cap off the night. Sola Olateju with the carry, gets the first down. The clock will wind down. Hey, first win for the Conquerors. Game ball. This man?
Yeah, I'm going Dan Williams Jr. 6 catches, 156 yards and a touchdown. Had the 57-yard on the long, and averaging 26 yards a catch. Made plays, back shoulders, caught it over the top, ran some intermediate routes as well, and he's got a lot to be fired up about. His coming out party, so to speak, after a quiet first 2 weeks.
So the Conquerors are in the win column for the first time in the Spring League 2020, the fall campaign. We will be back at it tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Blues and Generals. For Jordan Palm, our entire Fox Sports crew, this is Alex Faust saying so long from San Antonio. You've been watching the Spring League on FS1.
Hey, welcome into Breaking the Huddle. I'm Joel Klatt, ready to celebrate college football with you. This show, as always, is brought to you by Dr. Pepper. It is the official drink of Fansville. We have a lot to unpack today. We've got my top 10 teams in the country, including a little advice for the college football playoff. That's coming up right here in this segment. I break down Keaton Slovis and the USC Trojans comeback against Arizona State. We talk with Pat Fitzgerald after his beautiful 3-0 start with the Northwestern Wildcats. And then we'll entry and get a little Twitter feedback at the end. So let's dive into it right away. The top 10 teams as I see them in the country. And I start with Indiana. Congratulations, Indiana. They're playing so well. Tom Allen brings so much energy to that program, right? He's done a marvelous job. He's a former high school football coach in the state. He's re-energized that program really for the first time ever. Won 8 games last year, the most in 26 years. This year, they've beaten Penn State and Michigan in the same season for the first time in their history. They're going to have Ohio State next week, a game that we'll have on Big Noon Saturday. So no look-aheads, Indiana. Let's make sure that we're getting to that Big Noon Saturday game against the Buckeyes with that perfect record intact. Michael Penix Jr., by the way, has been outstanding throwing the football. They threw it for over 300 yards against Michigan and held Michigan to only 13 yards rushing. Georgia, I kept them in the top 10 only because they're insanely talented and they're a quarterback away from being a national championship contender. If they play any of these teams in the top 10, they're going to have a chance to win. And even after that loss to Florida, I kept them in.